System malfunction. Welcome to the future.
Good evening, everybody. Sunday. Hope everybody had a good, relaxing day today. A couple things we're going to go over some grub truck, MSDUI. We're going to go through that. Some stuff about Jesse B that you guys have sent to me. And there's this, from time to time, we kind of sit back and watch, we'll watch like the Dave calls or the Kim SU or Kim WSU calls. You know, we love Truth and Transparency, Drunk Turkey Show. We love those shows. And I always love Truth and Transparency because they not only have a great production, but the way they present their information, the presentation, the production, the facts, just everything about it. I always say they should be working for Hollywood because they're that good. The Truth and Transparency, I thought it'd be a cool watch if you guys are interested. Sit back for a little bit. They got a video about the real Idaho4 timeline. Yeah. And I was like, dang. And one of the things I've always done with the show is, yes, Papa Roger too. We got Papa Roger screenshots. Yeah, I'm going to be going through some Papa Roger. But one of the things we do in this show from time to time is we'll sit back and kind of check out the programs together. I don't watch them because I like to check them out and have a fresh perspective, and then sharing it with everybody. So a lot of the times I will wait to watch this shit until I watch it with you guys, just to kind of get a fresh reaction. Papa Roger, let me say what's up to everybody. Papa Roger is the in the Facebook discussion group that was putting up diagrams of the house, where the bodies were located, basically, basically telling you how everything took place. And anytime that anybody, because we did a read through of it a long time ago when it came out before they took it away, and it was really eerie. And this was before Koberger even was arrested, and it was just really eerie, the details. And anytime anybody tried to say that their opinion was different according to what his facts were, he would definitely strike back. So very adamant about how he described everything going down, very adamant about it. But it was all really interesting. But back then when we read it, it was before Koberger was arrested. And then after Koberger was arrested, then we were like, we just kind of thought it was Koberger. And then now, after, I don't know, maybe the last month or so, it was like, well, what if it was somebody else, because from what we know, the account that was linked to it wasn't linked to BK. So then you start to think, well, is there other people? Who else would have been? And so maybe looking at it from a different perspective after all this time, and then kind of like looking back at it again and just kind of re-going through it. Unfortunately, I couldn't find the video in one of my old shows, so I don't know. I did really bad with descriptions back then, so it's not in the description. So it's really it's a task trying to find it. But I was trying to find it that, and then we could sit back and watch that and you could see my live reaction. I thought it'd be cool, watch Evil CJ from when he was like in a month in, how everything was because I remember reading through it, scrolling through it with everybody, and I was just like in awe. It was just crazy. Even the diagrams were like, dude, Like you even made fucking like they look like News Nation shit. It was crazy. But yeah, we've had those for a little while, and I was just trying to wait to go through them again because I really wanted to try and find this video that I did back then, but we just weren't able to find it. So if there is any sleuthers out there and you're interested in looking through all the old shows and you see where we're doing, because I remember like going through the post threads and everything, just like I just couldn't believe it. It's just I was so horrible with descriptions back then. I just never had it in there, so it was just a task. So let me know if you find it. The Papa Roger live read that we did. Say what's up to everybody. Thank you to all the new subs. Tanya. It's going to take me a minute to get through chat, but it always does. I just want to say what's up to everybody. Thank you, all new subs. What's up, Kid Kitty? Josie. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I was like, holy crap, for real. Yeah. It was you know what though? Like Van Life, we've watched her channel on this show for a long time, and it was an honor to be asked to come up and be on the panel and hang out with her last night. Lot of speculation. Yeah, that shit was fire, wasn't it? That shit was on fire last night. I was like, whoa. It's like, whoa. What's up, Ray? Ray, do me a favor. Shoot me an email. What's up, Cheryl? What's up? David, thank you for the sub. What's up, Pam? Thank you for your support always. Lee, how you doing tonight? Jessica, what's up? Commercial Zone, see you around all the time. Appreciate your comments. Cindy, what's up? Always great comments. Lisa, what's going on? Thank you for the sub, Marnie. Yeah, there's a lot of ODs going on. At some point we'll start to go through all those. I do need to do an episode on Henrietta horror though. I do need to do one. So I don't know. I was thinking maybe I'll put up a vote for everybody. Maybe after the show, I'll put up a vote in the community post. And then you guys can decide what we do tomorrow night. So I'll leave it up to you guys. So if I don't have the post directly after the show, just look for it at some point because I'll leave it open until 5 o'clock tomorrow Central. I'll leave the post open till so you could vote all the way up till then, and then at 5 o'clock Central I'll go ahead and see what the poll says, and then we'll go from there. So I'll put out a post tonight. Wow, that would be cool. I bet it's beautiful there. What's up, Doc? How you doing? Sweetie Pie, thank you for the new sub. Margaret, how you doing? MK. Susan. Hey, what's up? I hear circus music. Shine like a diamond, how you doing? Sweet Caroline, what's up? Yeah, if you want to send me anything, you can send it to me at these links here. Natalia, how you doing? Oh, that's pretty cool right there. That's cool text. That's neat, Susan. Thank you. Or Sesson. What's up, Sherry? Texas GG. Elbow. Dre, what's up? Hey, Sarah. How are you doing? Michelle, nice to see you again. Kels, I don't think so. That's a cool picture. DMC, what's up? Yeah, I love her channel. She's one of the best channels out there. And the production from Home Team Productions, I'm telling you, they need to be working in Hollywood. That's no lie, because I swear it's like every time I sit back and watch one of their programs, I feel like I should be like getting the popcorn out and the M&Ms, you know? Like you're at a fucking movie theater. It's awesome. I love truth and transparency. What's up, cowboy? I see you around, man. Appreciate all the messages. Oh, that's funny. Janine. Janine, what's up? All right, Ray. Thank you. I appreciate it, buddy. Melmac, how you doing? Peaches and GA, what's up? He's taking the night off tonight. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, it was an honor to be on her show, really. I was actually nervous. Like, I'm chill back here, but joining her show, I was nervous. Thanks for coming back. No chains. I appreciate you. What's up, Janae? How you doing tonight? Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Oh, Lee, I'm sorry. Oh, that's funny. With bacon. Uh-oh. No, there's no drama. No. If you watch, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can assume whatever you want to assume. Trust me. Ever since I had this show, from the very beginning, I've had people assume shit about the show, you know? But it's like once you come in and hang out, I don't know. So if you wanna not take the time to hang out, it ain't my fucking problem. From Sweden, wow. Interesting. Thank you for the new sub. What's up, Louie? You just gotta be, you gotta be to progress. Because really, like, we all live on this one planet. Where in the fuck else we gonna go? We might as well try and get along. I mean, like, really, where are we gonna go? They ain't colonized Mars yet, So it's not like we can hop a rocket and go somewhere else. What's up, Duckin? Hold on one second. Let me switch it to slow mode. Is it going too fast? I'll switch it to slow mode. Hold on. All right, is that better, everybody? I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Duckett. I'm sorry, Duckett. I'm good. I'm gonna have to get sweet. Yeah, I mean, what's up, little bit? How you doing tonight? Yeah, I mean, I'll have my phone lines open here in a little bit, and then panel and stuff. What I wanted to kind of, I kind of wanted to like check out this truth and transparency. It's the Real University of Idaho timeline. Has anybody seen that? Thank you, Bubs. Appreciate it. Thank you, sweetie pie. Yeah, Cassie, what's up? Cassie, if you want to hop up, and this is one of my mods that gets a lot of great information for the show. Cassie, if you want to hop up on panel, just let me know. You can go ahead and hop up right away if you'd like. What's up, Woke? Oh, don't worry about it. Katie, nice to see you. And of course, you know what I'm saying? This is why I got my bot throwing this shit out since day one. Read that shit. Take a screenshot, please. Take a screenshot. Haven't seen the time. Yeah, like, and that's one thing I love. Like, you can go back to all my shows. Like, I love playing these little shows that because I haven't seen it yet, and I love conversating with everybody about it, see what their thoughts, opinions. But I'm always blown away by Truth and Transparency. They have some of the best stuff on YouTube. I really do think they should be in Hollywood. Oh yeah, it was all good. She did great, and I appreciate her invite. It was, trust me, it was an honor for me to be on her show because I was like, thank you so much. And what's up? Yeah, we've been watching Unique Van Life in the show for a long time. Always appreciated her comment. What's up, MCOS? Always appreciated her comment. Yeah, hold on one second. So I did see that come across. I was like, dang, I really want to check that out. So if you guys don't mind, we're going to check it out. It's about 30 minutes. So if it's not something you want to watch, totally understand. If it's something you want to just wait and then come back to, give us about, I don't know, 40 minutes or so. And we'll be on to the next topic. We'll probably be going into the Papa Rogers stuff after that. Then going into the Jesse B stuff. Then we'll be switching to the Grub Truck. And then after that, we'll finish up with the DUI of Emma. So that'll be the timeline for tonight. We'll have Truth and Transparency. We'll check that out. About 40 minutes if you want to come back, if you don't want to watch that. But we're definitely going to talk about it because I love conversating and, getting that brain stew going, where we mix everything up together. What's up, Cassie?
What's up? What's up?
How you doing tonight?
Good. Got a little bit of time. My phone's at 20%.
Oh, 20%. Uh-oh. You got about 2
We've
minutes
been running
left.
all over God's creation today.
What's up?
Nothing. My couch should be here soon.
Oh, your couch?
Yeah.
Hmm. Oh, yeah,
We found
because you
one.
went and did that last night, didn't you?
Yeah, yesterday we were looking around. We went over to Oregon to buy one to avoid the sales tax.
Oh, because the shopping's better over there, huh?
That is.
Yeah. That's what Koberger said. What's up, Cleo? Thank you. Thank he did. He said the shopping,
Behave.
Cleo, thank you for responding to people when I'm not quick enough to do so. I appreciate you, Cleo. Thanks for doing that for me. What's up, Misha? Karen, watched you last night on Fronting Outside. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Love MJ2, what's up? What's up? This is my alt duh. Yeah. I know she is. I'm just saying. Oh, like, wait, hold on. Just her? Whoa. Like her by her. Holy shit. This whole time I thought it was like a group of people fucking doing that. Like she does that all on her own. Like, man, it's hard enough for me to make a damn highlight. I can imagine trying to make, holy crap. No. Wow. Hold on a second. Hold on. Sorry, Cassie.
Oh, you're all right. Round of applause. Round of applause.
Crap. She does all that on her own? Wow. Well, I guess I'll just start saying from now on, instead of they, I'll just start saying she needs to be in Hollywood because that shit is amazing. I did not know that. That, man. Well, you're going to see what. Holy crap. She needs to be in Hollywood. Let's get a petition going. Wow. Hearing getting canceled. Yeah, she's trying to get something done. That's for sure. I mean, we looked when Koberger was still in PA, and she shut down that, because remember that morning that he got arrested. He got arrested at like 3-4 in the morning, and then I think it was like 7 something my time, 8 something, because we were live that day. And then we watched the press conference that they had. And then because they had local news out there and they were showing the cleaning crew and stuff. And then after they had the press conference, then all of a sudden we started watching local news. And then we were noticing that the cleaning crew was starting to pack up. And then a little bit later, all of a sudden, like 4 or 5 people show up, and she's pointing here and doing this and telling people to go here. And it's like, oh crap. So then we started finding out who she was, and then we started looking up her past cases, and it was like, holy crap, this chick ain't playing. She's gonna tear some shit up. Yeah, there's so much out there with Kopaka right now, Yeah, I'm telling you, amazing. I can't wait to check this out. The real University of Idaho timeline. It's going to be very interesting. Yeah. Yeah, it's a great show. They're trying to clean that house. I don't know. I don't know. What do you, the next shock to the public, maybe him confessing on October 2nd?
I don't know, man.
I mean, that would be a shock.
It would be.
And I could see it happening. Confessing to something that look, I don't know. Look, I wasn't there, but I know this or this or this, I don't know. It's just weird. You get arrested. Who else was arrested? Have you arrested anybody else?
Right.
And then you're adamant with the public defender and PA about putting in your statement that you can't wait to get back to Idaho to be exonerated. Made sure he said exonerated.
Yep.
I don't know. Who says
the biggest shock would be if he is exonerated.
Right. And then you got silent plea. You mix it with that. What's the next surprise? Him confessing. Not saying it's going to happen, but that's the next surprise to me. I think it's definitely a possibility, though.
Maybe not being the one to actually do it, but maybe part of the small little group that might have been. I'm telling you, there was more than one person.
Yeah. Maybe,
I do not for a moment believe that it was just one person.
Yeah, the more we go into it, the more I'm starting to think that it's like, it's, I mean, Kopaka always gave me that weird pit in my stomach, in December, but there was just after after you start to be like, nah, you hear that it's not true, so it's like, okay. And then things go by, and then new things pop up, and you're like, well, I don't know. I'm not saying that's what happened, but when you try and explore all theories, thoughts, and opinions, you can't really say that it couldn't.
Right.
And we're not in the investigative team to really know if it could or couldn't. Either way.
Right.
So, you know what I'm saying? Like, either fucking way, whether it's true or not true, the only thing that we really can go off of is what they even state in the PCA. And now you're starting to like understand you might not even be able to believe everything in the fucking PCA.
Right.
So we're not sitting at the fucking table. We're not looking through the evidence and going through the diagrams and the samples and all that. So how can we say it's either left or right?
Right.
Nobody can. And if you can, then you obviously shouldn't be talking because you're supposed to be in that group that is under a gag order. And if you really know for 100% that it's left or right, well, you're under a gag order then, I would assume, right?
I would think.
I don't know.
I just know that it goes way deeper than we think it does.
Yeah, and that's what it what's up, buddy? Right. And that's what seem like I said, we don't know yes or no. We don't know left or right because we're not actually there. But
Right.
when you look at things as theories, thoughts, and opinions, and you want to explore all possibilities, because you could look at any crime in this country or even the world. You could look at any crime and you could be like, well, that shouldn't have happened.
Right.
But it could.
Right.
I mean, it's just
Anything's
what
a
it is.
possibility.
Right. Sure, the cops let. Something's odd about that, ain't it, Sarah? What's up, Dana? Yeah, the hard truth. We're going to be checking out Truth and Transparency. She did this video yesterday or maybe 2 days ago. It just says 1 day right now, but I always like to check these out with the show because they're really. I just love their thoughts and opinions, and even if we don't agree, I still. Oh, there was something like with that Dave caller I wasn't agreeing with when he said that there's no way that the guy couldn't have seen DM. And it's like, well, yeah, there is. And I went ahead and put out a highlight about it. You know what I mean? There's no, you know, but it's still awesome. I still appreciate the Dave calls. I still appreciate the WSU Kim calls, Drunk Turkey Show, Truth and Transparency, all them people. Seriously, love them. The silent plea leaves the judge to, yep, it prevents the defendant from being locked in. It leaves the option for a deal at any time or dismissal. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
what would,
they can't
what,
sit there and use it against him and be like, well, you said you were not guilty, but here's this, this, and this that tells us that you are. It's basically, they can't be like, well, you lied, pretty much.
and that could be the big surprise. What if he's working out a deal right now to confess on October 2nd?
Yeah. I mean, he's got to know what he's doing,
You know what I
considering,
mean? Like,
what his degree is.
right, it's definitely possible. Yeah, we support you, buddy. Yeah, we support you. What's up, Woke?
Oh, we need to have a night where me, you, and Rory can be up here. Because I myself am not too far from Pullman and Moscow.
If you want to hop up, dude, you're more than welcome.
I got a few more minutes, and then I got to start dinner.
Yeah, plus your phone's at like 20.
It's at 15.
Oh, 15? I'm surprised.
StreamYard. It goes down so fast.
I know. I have to use one of those battery
we have
battery
one.
bricks. Yeah.
Yep. We have one because the boys used it last weekend on their camping trip. Need to use that one.
You definitely need one with StreamYard. And that's what it seemed like, Frederick. Like we did a live stream where because we did like before the press conference about him being arrested, we were live, and then we watched that, and then we read through the PCA right after that. And when I was reading it, I was just, I don't know, it just didn't seem like, I kind of felt the same way. I was like, man, you could poke holes in all this shit.
Yep.
The cell phone stuff. I mean, and when you come to like, and when you come to like the surveillance and stuff, like being at two places at once, it's like, okay, number one, like the dude shut his phone off before he even by the Washington. Here, I'll show you guys. The dude shut his phone off by the Washington. It's Washington building, but it's where Nevada and Stadium is at. That's where he shut his phone off. You know what I'm saying? And then when you think about how many, so like when they were like, they were looking stocking for the Elantras, right? And they were like, yeah, we had to
Mhm.
start from 19,000 some.
So many
Dude,
of them
you
out
could
here.
literally place any of those fucking how many white whatever, gray,
You could
white,
stand at one
how,
spot and throw a rock
you
in
know
any
what I'm
direction
saying?
and hit a white Elantra out here. It's
Yeah,
ridiculous.
you could piece the shit together based off of a bunch of different people's fucking cars. And
Right.
then you're going to release a stock image, right? Why are you going to release a stock
Doesn't make sense.
image? Maybe because of all of these fucking different surveillance of this vehicle. Maybe one of them has a torn bumper, maybe one of them's missing a fucking hubcap, maybe one of them has a fucking broken window. Like, okay, why wouldn't you
Well, there's
release like, I don't know, shit just
yeah.
don't make sense.
Well, and there's so many differences between a 2012 and a 2015 Elantra. In between
Right.
there, they have changed the Elantras so much because we have a 2009 and the 2010s look way different. And then the 11s are even different. So the stock image, them using that, I just kind of looked at that and I'm like, okay.
Well, commercial, this has got me wondering because think about it, right? When did they switch the years of the car, right? They switched
After.
the years of the car after. So because who has a 2011 to 2013 Hyundai Elantra that's light gray or white? There's two other people. There's
Yeah.
two other people. There's
Mhm.
two other people that have that vehicle.
Yep.
So then when one of them is gone, then all of a sudden you change.
Right. Seems
It
fishy
just
to me.
It just don't make sense.
Well, hey, let me go in and start dinner and charge my phone. And if you are still on after, then I am going to sneak away and come back up.
Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and what's up, Carol? We're gonna go ahead and check out this Truth and Transparency, the real Idaho University of Idaho timeline. I'll put the link in the chat so you can save it to your playlist. But yeah, just let me know when you're back. Definitely, because I wanted to have you on last night because I wanted to explore something you wanted to talk about, and I know you have a lot to talk about. So
Yeah, and
whenever you do
we
come back,
need to
let
go
me know.
back through all those Papa Roger screenshots that I sent you too. So
Yeah. We're gonna be going after going through those after we watch this Truth and Transparency. We'll be going through Papa Rogers screenshots and stuff. Yeah. Just hit me up when you get back.
Okay, I will.
We'll get you up here. All right.
Okay.
Thank you for being up here. Appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem. I'll be there.
Yeah, we're gonna check out that. I'll put the link here in chat. And then go ahead and save it to your playlist. Thank you everybody for hanging out. Appreciate it. Like I said, it's about we're not gonna watch the whole thing. We're gonna watch about 25 to 30 minutes, and then I'm gonna give about 10-15 to talk about it or conversate about it. As the episode goes on. So just to allot some time for conversation too and pauses. If it's something you don't want to chill back to or you don't want to watch, but you want to hang out, just give us about 40 minutes and then we'll be getting into the Papa Rogers stuff and everything else. So thank you everybody for hanging out. Let me get this stuff ready. There's the link for the episode. Let me get her tag so I can throw that up on the screen. I'm excited. And it is amazing to know that she does all this by herself. I never knew that. I thought it was a whole group of people. And she should be working for Hollywood. We need to get a damn petition going and send her to Hollywood, please. So cool. All right. So we're getting to the 2020, let me see, 2222 of the video. And then I'm going to go ahead and go full screen just to respect her. We're going to pause it as it goes throughout just to conversate and then we'll get into Papa Roger after that. We're gonna go ahead and read through all those screenshots. If you have any screenshots of the Papa Roger stuff, go ahead and send them to me, because maybe you might have even more than what I got. Next prediction. Yeah, good stuff last night. Appreciate you, and let me know as well, Rory. All right, let's switch to this program, Truth and Transparency. Oh, I can't wait to watch this. Always amazing. Sorry about that, everybody. StreamYard bugging. My bad. Here we go. I apologize about that. Sorry about that. I could hear it. I need to switch EVMUX or something.
We begin with breaking news out of North Idaho.
Just a moment ago, Moscow police confirmed 4 people were found dead in a home.
Xana Kernodle. Ethan Chapin. Madison Logan. So Haley Gonzalez. They shared everything. They came here together. They eventually get into the same apartment together. And in the end, they died together.
know that the other, let me get the names exactly right here. We know that Zaina and Ethan were at a different party on campus.
On September 12th, there was a vandal alert that was sent out about a potential stabbing threat on Paradise Path. Does this have any connection with what we've seen so far?
Not that we know of it, but we're following
Your roommates went to that residence. Were the roommates home at the time of the attack?
There was other people home at that time, but we're not just focusing just on them. We're focusing on everybody that may be coming and going from that residence.
So since they were home, was it a hostage situation?
And then did
No, it was not.
They didn't call it into police.
and
so
then
were
did
they injured? They didn't call it into police, so were they injured?
No one that we're not going to talk to. There's no one we're not going to interview. There's no one that we're not going to look into. And we're going to do our due diligence. We're going to make sure that nothing goes unnoticed.
I know you said when the call came in, it was for an unconscious person, and also that was a stabbing. It seems, just from an outside perspective looking in, like that would be not the first thing a person calling in would think.
You're right. But the report that we got was that it was an unconscious individual. It wasn't until our officers arrived on.
You know, I remember. What's up? Thank you for the sub, Cryptic. I'll be back on camera after this program. I don't even want to block it. But, you know, I remember when we were going through all these press conferences as this was going on, I just kept getting more frustrated with these press conferences. I remember the third one. If you go back to the third one, there's two reporters towards the very end of the press conference that really asked some great freaking questions. I mean, great questions out of the whole time. The two best reporters right there were just asking the greatest freaking questions, and it was just BS. Would you guys ever want me to do a show where we check out all the press conferences in one show? Let me know if you guys would want to do that. It would be kind of crazy to go back through all the press conferences again from the first one to the last one and just, I don't know, just something, you know what I mean? Like, just go through them, you know, like comb through them. Something. I don't know. Let me know. Maybe I'll put up a poll on that too. Should we go through all the press conferences? Something. Thank you all for hanging out. I appreciate it. Truth and transparency. If you're not subbed, I'm sure you are, but if you're not, definitely go sub. Save this to your playlist. I'll put the link to it in the chat again. Definitely save it to your playlist. We're starting out at the 22-minute mark. This whole time on the show, when we've been checking out Truth and Transparency stuff, and I'm sitting there thinking Home Team Productions is like a group of frickin' people, and then I find out tonight from y'all that she does all this shit on her own. Fucking amazing. I'm even in more awe of just how she's just amazing. Holy crap.
On scene, went in to do caregiving check on the individual who was unconscious that we found the scene that we found.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Hi, Heather Roberts with ABC News. Just to follow up on what she asked. So the other two roommates were there at the time of the attack?
All the information that we have from our investigation is that yes, they were.
Okay, but they were unhurt.
That is correct.
So is there any explanation as to why it took so long then for someone to call 911? You have surviving witnesses to an incident at 3 or 4 in the morning, and the 911 call didn't come until noon?
I don't think I ever said that they were witnesses. I said they were there. So, you know, we don't know why that call came in at noon and not in the middle of the night. Would have we loved for that to have happened? Yes, but that's not how it took place. So that's why we're investigating everything still to try to pull all the pieces together.
Were they one of the people? Were they the 911 caller?
At this point in time, I'm not going to divulge who our 911 caller is, just because I want to keep the integrity of the investigation.
Oh my gosh, where's my popcorn,
Okay.
y'all?
And last question.
Where's my M&Ms? I love this shit. This is so amazing. She does such amazing work. And then to find out she does it on her own. Wow. I only dreamed to be this good. Holy shit. Look at this. The music, it just gets you going. It just gets you going. So I'm going to pause it and read this real quick. Was originally used which is confirmed in this dialogue between Fry and the inside reporter, as Fry does not correct her. Instead, he actually says, "You are correct." And then Fry tries to explain that it was a sequence of events, which was a report of an unconscious person that led to the discovery of the scene. She's so amazing. Gosh. Thank you, Truth and Transparency. So who started the rumor that would be spoke by Christy Concalves? My niece called around 1:30 p.m. and said, "Had you talked to Kaylee? Something bad happened to Kaylee. There was a party last night and someone came in and shot the place up and Kaylee is passed." Huh. I'm telling you, she's the best. Man, I thought it was I thought it was a team. To find out she does this by herself, my gosh, amazing.
The Gonzalez family says they want to do anything they can to help the investigation, but believe investigators could be missing the mark.
Imagine if you're a parent and you have pertinent information to this, like that dog, and you're asking me.
Another thing I want to say is this family, this gentleman right here, I know there was a long time ago, people were just bashing this guy. And I just want to say, you can go through any show that we've ever had, any show, every single one of them. And we've like nothing but appreciation and praise to this family and this gentleman. 'Cause you know what? I would have been doing the same thing. This man has been a saint. I just want to say that real quick.
You just shut up.
He's been a saint.
I'm going to find a microphone and I'm going to talk to it and I'm going to tell people this is important, whether it helps solve the case or not. How can you eat that? How could you suppress that? Something you know could help your child and help everyone in that house find justice. But you can't force them to ask you the question.
Christy Gonzalez speaks about what she believes happened in the early morning hours of November 13th.
And went in very methodical. I think he really thought it out. I think he was quick. I think it was quiet. And he got in.
Again, thank you guys for all being here tonight. On November 13th, the Buccaneers battled the Seahawks. This game would be held in Germany. Those of you guys that are obsessed with Mad Greek.
Wow, I never
Germany
even thought of
featured
that.
game. It was a night game in Germany. However, it was a 6:30 a.m. kickoff on the West Coast. 9:30 for those on the East Coast.
I never even thought of that. Carol, it's just all speculation, but I've heard some speculation,
We are not going to go to bed.
but nothing for
and
sure.
wait for other people to resolve a family problem. This is a family problem. And
This isn't just
both
a family
those girls
problem.
are our girls, and we are not, I'm not handing over. I thought about it. I thought, like, here, just take care of my family and make sure that.
And I want to say Chronicles of Olivia as well. Always appreciated her content too. What a wonderful voice. And I've always thought that she showed respect. So, I just want to say I appreciate her too, because I know this is from the interview that she did with the family. So I just want to shout her out too. Thank you, Chronicles of Olivia. Appreciate you.
You find the right guy. And I eventually got to a point and said, you know what? My family, we're all G's. We call ourselves G's because nobody can pronounce our name. We are not going to sit here and let somebody else do a job that we can't add value to.
And you guys have added value. I mean,
Yes.
you, Olivia, found the Twitch video that actually solidified the timeline.
We
Yep.
watched the ring video that showed them pulling up, and we're like, that's them. It's 156.
And thanks to them as well, we got to have the Twitch video. I mean, we don't have it anymore because it's not up there, as far as I know, because I went to the link and it was gone, just like a lot of this other stuff. But yes, very amazing. But I do have an old show, and I saved it already in my Idaho4 folder. I do have an old show where we get to go through all that grub truck. So we're good. And if anybody has like a blown up version, I think I did that in this video. I think I did it already. I might, you know what? I might just put that up as a highlight, just the grub truck, because I think I do have a blown up version of it while I'm doing my live, because I think I did one with my camera and without, but we'll check it out. We'll see.
That's what time they got home, and there's the car leaving, and yeah.
We're working.
And I have my phone, Kaylee's phone is my phone, so we saw all the calls that she had made, and we set with an exact time. And
I reached out to every person she called. I had them send screenshots of the communications that had happened on that day, of texts with my sister, of the call with my sister. How long was your phone conversation with her? Just to do whatever I could in those first few hours, because unfortunately, by the time we even found
pause
out,
and stutter and repeat.
they've been gone for more than 12 hours.
What America needs to know,
That poor family, all of them.
do our due diligence, listen to what people are saying, write down like notes, and you can be a part of solving it and work on it. Anyone who thinks that one officer or one department can do this alone, 4 people,
It takes a team.
Yeah.
this takes the whole community.
Right. Just like this show. You know what I'm saying? It does break my heart, SRB. Because I've tried, like, if I was in that position where nobody was even putting out a freaking profile of a suspect, you're putting out a stock image of a vehicle. What if the vehicle was missing a hubcap or something? You know what I'm saying? Like, put the image out that you think is connected. Like, what is so wrong with that? Why put a stock image from google.com? That, to me, that just shows a lack of respect to the fucking families, man. That you're not even going to put the fucking photo out there that you feel is connected at Linda Lane and all, all these other different fucking places. And then you don't come out with a profile. So then you got the whole community running around scared, side-eyeing their best friends and everything because they don't frickin' know. They don't know from left to right. And then you got the families going through it like, man, we just had this happen. It's no wonder why Steve did what he did. Right, that's that too, MK. Like, not even a freaking reward. They were trying to. And they wouldn't even let him put a reward out. Like, can you imagine what that freaking family was feeling? It's like how freaking Sandy Smith was feeling with Stephen Smith when she was sitting there like, no, my son was not, he did not, it was not a hit and run. And just nobody there to support. And these are, it's supposed to be the people that are, all right, we're going to keep going. We're going to keep going. We're good. Come on. Thank you, everybody, for hanging out. I just don't get
We
this.
can't put this on one man, one officer, one police person, one deputy, one sheriff. We have to all come together and say, you know what, this is on us. Are we going to let
Tommy?
these
Thank
people
you for coming
exist and go undetected? Or are we all going to come together and say, this is enough? We're going to stomp this guy out of our community. And I'm telling you right now, we're coming for you. You're going to get stoned out.
Yeah, I feel like America is being.
They released one, but then they showed that that gas station picture from the cell phone there, because they said that they were looking for a vehicle. They didn't release a vehicle except for a stock image. Then the person at the gas station noticed the picture that we all see, which is the one that's all, you know, kind of distorted or whatever, that somebody took from their cell phone. So at first they released the vehicle they were looking for, but just a stock image. Then the person took the picture and then put it out there. Right, exactly. Who do you go to? Right on.
Explain all the things that they did.
Yeah, they Ubered out together. They only went to known locations that they had been before. They had a private driver. I apologize. There was a private driver that they had actually used before, so they had a relationship with this individual. Good people. And then we only went to like known locations. These known people traveled only together on well-lit, known streets to get food before taking a private ride from the same individual who picked them up home to go eat after a night of drinking.
I'm gonna put the closed captioning on real quick. Hold on 1 second. That way you can. It's kind of hard to hear.
My sister, how long was your phone conversation with
There
her?
we go.
Just
What's
to
up,
do
Cranky?
whatever
Thank
I
you so
could
much.
in
I
those first
appreciate
few
your
hours
kind words,
because
for real.
Unfortunately,
I really do.
By the time we even found out, they've been gone for more than 12 hours.
What America needs to know.
You got some good comments, Janine. Thank you. I appreciate you coming in.
Do our due diligence. Listen to what people are saying. Write down deep notes, and you can be a part of solving it and work on it. Anyone who thinks that one officer or one department can do this alone, 4 people, they're crazy.
Yeah.
This takes the whole community. This takes all of us to solve. We can't put this on one man, one officer, one police person, one deputy, one sheriff. We have to all come together and say, you know what, this is on us. Are we going to let these people exist and go undetected? Or are we all going to come together and say, this is enough? We're going to stomp this guy out of our community. And I'm telling you right now, we're coming for you. You're going to get stoned out.
Yeah.
Right on. Say that shit again, Dad. We are coming after you. Hell yeah, man. I appreciate you, Steve. It says, forget what you have been told. Forget what you have been told. Amazing production.
Explain all the things that they did.
Yeah, they Ubered out together. They only
I
went
love
to
her
known
video.
locations that they had been before. They had a private driver. I apologize. There was a private driver that they had actually used before, so they had a relationship with this individual. good people, and then we only went to like one location. Those young people traveled only together on well-lit, known streets to get food before taking a private ride from the same individual who picked them up home to go eat. After a night of drinking, being 21, Ubering home with your friend, and then going to bed.
Everything the way that you tell your kid.
Yeah.
Don't get two girls all by yourself. Have somebody there that can walk with you. Everything was perfect. Everything was good. All the way up to where they went to bed and went to sleep. And that I can't control. Family, we can't control what happens. That's us as society. We have to determine to be out here. Do whatever they do. Sneak into a house, wherever it was. Allow them to be okay. Because we all go to bed at night.
Yeah, what was their thought? They didn't have a nanny cam? No. What could they have done to be more safe? Yeah. No, they didn't. It's Moscow, Idaho. It's safe. I once about the door. It says Katie was the door locker. She told me us.
That's not what society is. Say,
The phone call that comes out was never received.
we're watching football. Like every family, or a lot of families on Sunday.
And our son was here. Everybody was home except for she was down at her home
We
in LA.
gather.
And my niece called me and she was freaking out. And she said, Christy, have you talked to Kaylee? And I said, yesterday, like last night. And she said, something bad happened. And she was just bawling. And I said, well, what do you mean? What do you mean? And she said, I think Kaylee's dead. And I said, well, what do you mean? And she
All
said,
our stomachs just dropped.
she said there was somebody just called me and they live down there. She said there was a party last night and somebody went in and shot the party up and Kaylee was shot. I was like, what? And I just threw my phone. I started screaming. I started telling everybody to call Olivia and to get all her roommates on the phone. And I started calling Maddie and Maddie wouldn't answer. I said, no, this can't be.
Kaylee's cousin Sabrina never tells her Aunt Christy about the shelter-in-place vandal alert that went out at 1:08 p.m. saying Hama on King Road. Kaylee's cousin Sabrina never tells her Aunt Christy about the shelter-in-place vandal alert that went out at 1:08 p.m. saying Hami on King Road. Huh.
Because Maddie would have called me. If Kaylee was shot last night at a party, Maddie or Jack would have called me. Like, no, and I called Kaylee and I went straight to voicemail. I was calling Maddie, I was calling Jack, it was ringing. I turned on the TV and I saw it said 1122 King Road. Kaylee's car was in the driveway, Maddie's car was in the driveway.
And this says the vandal alert would have been before this phone call, yet Christy doesn't mention it because the cousin called before the alert. Also, Steve was home. He would have gotten the alert. The vandal alert would have been before this phone call, yet Christy doesn't mention it because the cousin called before the alert. Steve was home. He would have gotten the alert. This is interesting. Thank you so much, Truth and Transparency.
This one Jack was ringing. I turned on the TV and I saw it said 1122
What's up,
King
Jake?
Road.
Appreciate you.
Maddie's car was in the driveway, but it was saying an unconscious person.
The mod. I kind of do too, Sue. Thank you, Sue, for hopping in. Appreciate
So the
it.
earliest that Christy could have ever seen that news break was at 5 p.m. period. So Christy couldn't have called Kaylee, Maddie, and Jack and then turned on the TV just after 1:30.
Seems like I think the sorority sisters might have stayed at my daughter's house or not. But I knew at
WSU Kim.
8:30 and there was a narrative discovered and built, and two people who were really important to the case I don't think they did it. I think they thought it was a shakedown. I do not think any student did it.
Right.
But I think that they all
nobody
know
told you
far
that,
more
right? That's
than they're
something that
saying.
when it comes to the shakedown stuff.
Well, I know
that's
that
not something that your daughter
Well,
told you that she thought it was a
oh
shakedown.
no, that I was told. No, I was told that.
You were told what? When were you told that?
It was a drug house that they were there, the creeper was there, and there were people there to buy drugs.
This is one thing I want to say. I just don't understand why people think that this can't take place. I really don't. I really don't. I really don't. That's a good question too, Chihuahua. Thanks for hopping in. Love the name. Always appreciate your support, Jinx. Jinx is amazing, everybody. Amazing. Does a lot of hard work for a lot of different shows. You'll see her around, trust me. What's up, Spectral Sailor? Thank you for hopping in. That's an interesting name. I like that. Yeah, something is yeah, but they supposedly checked. You know what I mean? They supposedly checked. Supposedly. But I just, even when it comes to this because WSU Kim, that's where we heard about Kopaka first. And I don't know, I don't know. You got a mother obviously was doing some digging around the area. Like talking about this stuff, like to say that it doesn't exist or it can't exist. I don't understand that, because how could anybody say nothing does or doesn't on either side? That's why anytime you hear anything on this show, it's always speculation. That's why, unless we show you the facts, that's why Batismo has put out a little thing out there all the time saying, yo, I don't work for the Idaho4 fucking PD. I'm not in the boardroom. I'm not in the lunchroom. I'm not standing by the cooler, kicking it, talking with Joe about his fucking kid's baseball game. You know what I'm saying? I'm not there like that. And nobody else is. Nobody else is. So how could anybody say that something does or does not for 100% exist? It's just not possible.
Shakedown. I do not think any student did it.
So I'm going to rewind this just a little bit, because this is an interesting part. And whenever the WSU Kim calls came out, we checked every single one of them out together on the show. Because I like doing that with everybody. I like getting your reactions, your thoughts, mixing them with my reactions and thoughts. Maybe we don't agree, but you know what? It's a puzzle. It's a puzzle. And we all need to work together in a peaceful and positive way that can be productive. Because we're all here for the same thing. We're all here to get the truth, right? That's why we talk about this stuff. To get the truth. We're working on a puzzle. Instead of telling me that your puzzle pieces don't fit the puzzle, or my puzzle pieces don't fit the puzzle, how about we put the puzzle pieces together? Because I bet you they do fit. I really bet you the pieces fit. Everybody's. We need to work together, not against each other. That's the only way. Because let's be honest, everybody, when we're digging into these cases, LE ain't always the fucking truth. Check out my Henrietta horror episodes. You want to talk about just check them out, trust me. So to sit there and say that we can depend on those people to give these families justice, we're not here. If they're doing their fucking job, fine. You know what I'm saying? It's when it's not happening. The pressure needs to be on, because I'm telling you right now, if the pressure wasn't on Henrietta, if the pressure wasn't on from YouTube, because it wasn't on NBC, it wasn't on CBS, it wasn't on fucking ABC, it was only on News Nation and YouTube, Henrietta. And if Henrietta wasn't getting the pressure from YouTube and News Nation, it would have gotten covered up just like every other fucking thing that happened down there. We need to work together. Because for these cases where the families aren't getting the justice that they fucking deserve, we need to be the ones that work together so we can get these families the justice, because that's why we're all doing our shows, right? Exactly, Tommy. When you work together, you find out. But I'm just saying, how could anybody say left or right? I just don't understand. I'm not here. You can go to any of my shows. I don't sit there and say anybody's wrong, or even in the chat. When somebody comes in with an opinion or a thought that I don't agree with, I always say, and I always have said since day one, that I'm about exploring everybody's theories, thoughts, and opinions, whether I agree with them or not, because that's how we evolve. I've said it since the first fucking show. So to even sit here and say that what WSU Kim is saying isn't true, you can't say that. You can't sit there and say that this shit did not exist. You can't say it for sure, and you can't say it for sure didn't. Nobody said it for sure is happening. Maybe people need to take the time to actually watch the show and actually see what's being said, instead of taking it off of somebody else's word and running with it. Because you're being just as reckless as the people that you blame are being reckless. Don't call the kettle black. Back to this video. Sorry for that rant, everybody. This WSU Kim stuff, talking about the substances and stuff, it's just like, come on. You can't sit there and say that what she's saying is not true or didn't exist, because it damn well could have. Damn well could have.
This phone jack was ringing.
It's just ridiculous, YouTube. Come on, man. We're working on a puzzle. We need to put our pieces together, not sit there and tell each other that those pieces aren't right and these pieces are right. And if, you know what? You ain't fucking LE.
Road. His car was in the driveway. Maddie's car was in the driveway.
And I ain't talking to Jim about his son's baseball game at the fucking water cooler at Moscow PD either, you know?
But it was saying an unconscious person. And we're saying, okay.
Damn, y'all get me riled up sometimes. WSU.
So the earliest that
Kim
Christy could
coming
have
up here.
ever seen that news break was at
We'll
5
be done
p.m.
in about 15
period.
minutes, and we'll be getting to Papa Roger.
So Christy couldn't have called Kaylee, Maddie, and Jack and then turned on the TV just after 1 or 1:30.
Seems like I think the sorority sister might have stayed at my daughter's house or not. but knew at 8:30, and there was a narrative discovered and built, and two people who are really important to the case I don't think they did it. I think they thought it was a shakedown. I do not think any student did it.
Right.
But I think that they all
nobody
know
told you
far
that,
more
right? That's
than they're
something
saying.
that when it comes to the shakedown stuff,
Well, I know that.
it's not something that your daughter
Well,
told you
the
that she thought it was a
oh
shakedown.
no, that I was told. No, I was told that.
You were told what? How? When were you told that?
It was a drug house that they were there. The creeper was there, and there were people there.
Okay.
And
Hold on.
to buy drugs.
Hold on.
1, 2,
Who
3,
told you this?
4.
And
Almost
when
as
was
though
this
they're
told?
walking
My child
in
told me
single
this.
file.
This was in the
Out
beginning.
at night.
Thank you,
And she was
Bob.
told by the student.
I just want to say this guy's been putting up this message the whole time I've been doing my show. Right there, everybody. I'm not talking to Jim at the frickin' water cooler, y'all. I'm not.
From University of Idaho.
3:12 in the
student's
morning.
girlfriend from
And as
University
you
of Idaho.
watch those four figures,
Okay.
remember,
Where did she get
police
that
say the
information?
murders happened
My daughter
between
told me is that
3
she got it from the.
and 4 in the
Oh,
morning.
she got it from the sorority.
Did those people
Yeah, she got it from the
see
sorority.
something?
That's what she told me.
Who are they? Have police
That's a-
tracked them down, asked them any questions, ruled them out? And again, if they're ruled out, did they see something as they were on foot, walking just steps away from where the murders happened? We do not have the answers to this, any of it. But as usual, our senior national correspondent, Brian Enton, is live on the case, and tonight he is standing.
Holy shit, did I skip past it or something? I did, didn't I? I apologize, everybody. Shit, my bad.
And to get all her roommates on the phone. And I started.
So the earliest that Christy could have ever seen
Here we go.
that news break was at 5 p.m.
I apologize. Sorry about that, everybody.
So Christy couldn't have called Kaylee, Maddie, and Jack and then turned on the TV just after 1 or 1:30.
Seems like I think the sorority sister might have stayed at my daughter's house or not, but knew at 8:30, and there was a narrative discovered and built, and two people who are really important to the case I don't think they did it. I think they thought it was a shakedown. I do not think any student did it.
Right.
But I think that they all
nobody
know
told you
far
that,
more
right? That's
than they're
something that
saying.
when it comes to the shakedown stuff,
Well, I know
that's
that
not something that your daughter
Well,
told you that she thought it was a
oh
shakedown.
no, that I was told. No, I was told that.
You were told what? How? When were you told that?
It was a drug house that they were there. The creeper was there, and there were people there.
Okay.
And
Hold on.
to buy drugs.
Hold on.
1, 2,
Who
3,
told you this?
4.
And I want to just say, WSU, Kim, if you're ever listening, please, we've loved you the whole fucking time. If you ever want to say something, you don't have to ever worry about anybody bashing you around here. Just saying, we love you. You have a great personality. You have a great voice. And I think you should do your own show, WSU, Kim. Anytime.
When was this told?
My child told me this was in the beginning.
At night.
And she was told by the student from University of Idaho.
Oh, my bad. 1 second, buddy.
In the morning.
Girlfriend from
And
University
as
of
you
Idaho.
watch those
Yeah, let me.
Okay.
remember,
Where did she get
police
that
say the
information?
murders happened
My daughter
between
told me is that
3
she got it from the.
and 4 in the
Oh,
morning.
she got it from the sorority.
Did those people
Yeah, she got it from the
see
sorority.
something?
That's what she told me.
Who are they? Have police
That's a-
tracked them down, asked them any questions, ruled them out? And again, if they're ruled out, did they see something as they were on foot, walking just steps away from where the murders happened? We do not have the answers to this, any of it. But as usual, our senior national correspondent, Brian Enton, is live on the case. And tonight he is standing in that exact location.
I love
right
Kim, too.
where that
She's
body
awesome.
cam action took place. So
Please,
Brian,
reach out
for us
anytime,
looking
Kim.
at it on
I love-
television, it's hard to get the exact perspective of where the officers were standing, what direction their body cams were pointing, and where those 4 mysterious figures were walking from and to, and how far away they were from the actual murder scene. So can you take me there and help us get a feel?
Yeah, it's very confusing when you're looking at the body camera video. So hopefully we can give you some perspective. This is Band Field. This is where the alcohol call came in the young men were here in the field when the police first showed up. That is the Sigma Chi fraternity house right there. So the police walked those young men across the street. This is Taylor Avenue, right to this spot right here. I was able to identify it because of the fire extinguisher. And they were standing in this spot, the young men, and the body camera video was pointed this way. And it is over my shoulder where you could see very faintly what looked like several people walking fast or almost running by in the background. And I want to walk you over, Ashley, and give you a little more perspective. It was somewhere in this area right here. And we can tell because we analyzed these lights of this little apartment building. It was somewhere right in this area. There's another big apartment building here. The question you might be having is how close is this to the house where the murders happened? Mo is going to point in that direction. Our producer is up there. She's going to flash a flashlight, Ashley. You see that flashlight flashing right there? That is right in front of the house where the murders happened. So it's all very, very close.
So what we're effectively seeing is, like, if my eyes don't deceive me, about 200 yards.
That there
She
were
was told by the student from University of Idaho.
the student's girlfriend from University of Idaho.
Okay, where did she get that information from?
My daughter told me is that she got it from the Wi-Fi.
Oh, she got it from the sorority.
Yeah, she got it from the sorority. That's what she told me at the time.
You wake up in the morning on November 13th. Can you just describe your day?
So I don't remember like exactly when I woke up. I just remember like waking up and opening up my Snapchat, and there were dozens of Snapchat messages in all the group chats. And I just remember like it was just kind of whack. And then like I got up and I was like getting ready for work, and then like when I kind of like woken up a little bit more, I started to go through them because I did not want to have to read a lot of shit early in the morning. And then yeah, I ended up like I was just sitting there scrolling through it, and then yeah, opened up the messages, and then there it was. It was like, holy shit, did you guys hear about what happened? Like blah 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 blah. And I'm scrolling up, and there's just, I mean, lines and lines and lines of text. Everyone's talking about it. Everyone's awake. I mean, and this is before 9:30 on a Sunday, and I remember that because I had to go to work. I ended up not going because I wanted to be with my brothers, right? Kind of obvious. But yeah, and it was like I don't remember what exact time I woke up, but I remember like, yeah, we were all talking about it. We all knew about it. And like my boss, my coworkers were texting me later, you know, asking me like if everything was okay, and they had even heard about things. They heard like it was a shooting and stuff like that. So, and yeah, it was kind of weird because like at the beginning, everyone said like at the beginning, like the very very first messages where people were talking about the stabbings, or like a stabbing had occurred. And then it changed to an OD, and it was just kind of weird. Like looking back on it, it changed to an OD so quickly, and like nobody questioned it, and like we didn't question it either because we knew there were drugs in that house, and like just genuinely thought like, okay, they got a bad batch, and that's just what happened, right? Because you see it on the news. It happens in bigger cities.
So you said you had to go to work, and you said you had to be to work at 9:30. So this would have happened before, like you got to work.
Yeah. Yeah, no, this was definitely and it was like a I don't know 5-10 minute drive to work, and like I had to like get ready too. So you're talking like well before 9 o'clock in the morning at least.
Hi, Heather Roberts with ABC News. Just to follow up on what she asked. So the other two roommates were there at the time of the attack?
All information we have investigation is that yes, they were.
Okay, but they were unhurt.
That is correct.
So is there any explanation as to why it took so long then for someone to call 911? You have surviving witnesses to an incident at 3 or 4 in the morning, and the 911 call didn't come until noon.
I don't think I ever said that they were witnesses. I said they were there. So, you know, we don't know why that call came in at noon and not in the middle of the night. Would have we loved for that to have happened? Yes, but that's not how it took place. So.
The Ring camera of the neighbors could tell you why it didn't and who was coming and going from the house that night. The camera's going to have all these other people on it, but is there going to be Brian Koberger? 8 to 9 a.m., Dave waking up to loads of Snapchats saying, did you hear what happened last night? the shooting mentioned just like what Christy had heard. Snapchat group messages were Christy and Dave's sources. 9 a.m., Christy would be calling her niece, or would be getting that call from her niece, Sabrina, bawling, saying Kaylee was shot. But let's back up to the first timeline, 3:38 a.m.
A big break in the case, a grainy image of a speeding car that could be the white Hyundai Elantra police are looking for. A night manager at this gas station in Moscow, Idaho, discovered surveillance video that showed a white sedan driving by on the night the 4 University of Idaho students were murdered. The timestamp says 3:45 a.m., right in the time frame in which police say the killings took place. The video has been handed over to police. It shows the car traveling on this road outside the gas station. It's just 1.2 miles from the house where the students were murdered.
Who's out at 3:45 a.m. speeding? And this is significant, Harris, very significant. In a town.
Let me just tell you how significant, Nancy. The person that committed the theft burglary at the apartments on Main Street is now called Republic on Main, called Identity back in the day, featured a 911 call that went out at 3:38 a.m. .802 Troy is where the gas station is. .345 is seen on that camera. The 911 call was at 3:38 a.m. It was for a theft. Steiner Allen would be mentioned with the DCA. So with 700 Indian Hills Block. Them alleged Kaylee's house. 247 their phone is offline. Someone leaves Main Street apartment in white tinted window car. 3:38 a.m. Someone at apartments on Main Street calls cops. 3:41, Elantra looking drives by the King Road house, dropping someone else off. This will all be continued. The 3:30 a.m. Venmo transaction has to do with the 3:38 911 call as well. See you soon.
Wow. Bravo. Amazing. I think, and I'm going to bring up Thou Shalt Not Kill True Crime. What's up, buddy? I think, let me turn this down a little bit. I think she's going to be making a new version because she realized the audio was so loud. So if you want to go back, here's the link to that video again. Definitely go show it some love. Send a beautiful message on the comment section there. And, like and share it. What an amazing video. I'm sure there'll be a new one upcoming soon. What's up, buddy?
What's up, man? How you doing? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, buddy.
All right, good. Good,
There's a
man.
link
Just,
to the video.
having one of those Sundays.
Yeah, I hear you, man. Yeah, it was even though it was you didn't see me on the show. I know for both of us, it was definitely a day of nothing but work. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah, I understand. I was on the phone all day, man.
Yeah. Thanks for
Hello.
hopping up, man. What's
Thank
up?
you, Leah. No, you know what? I gotta thank the people on the show, man. They really were supportive and made me feel a lot better. And I just, fuck it, let's get back on the horse and keep moving forward. We didn't do anything
Right
wrong.
on. Right on.
Did nothing wrong. So whatever.
I don't know. I mean, I kind of went on, and I'm not even naming specifics. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying anybody that has that kind of approach. You know what I'm saying? Anybody. It could even be my family. Like, if you're gonna have that approach, I don't how are you supposed to evolve? You know what I'm saying? So
I agree.
When you think about how long the planets have been around, billions and billions of years, right? And our life expectancy is like this much of that
Yeah,
time,
minuscule.
just a small
Yeah.
sliver. And
Mhm.
when it's a small sliver, I'm sorry. Like, I might not even be here tomorrow, So
Got it.
why should I not try to exist peacefully and positively with progress in the head every single day of my life? Because I might not be here tomorrow. This could be my last fucking show.
Exactly, dude.
You never
Exactly.
know.
That's a great point, man. It really is. Yep.
You never know. So, well, I'm glad to see you hopping up tonight, man.
Yeah, man, I appreciate it. Thank you for having me, man.
Great.
Always a pleasure.
I know you can take a look. So we can.
Yeah.
You want to say anything first, or?
Yes, I would actually. So listen, I'll
Yeah,
let
go
you
ahead.
and thank you for the support. I
No
believe
problem, buddy.
strongly in my work, and I know what that recording is, and I'll just kind of leave it at that. I wouldn't put anything maliciously or to misinform anyone. But so I guess I'll just leave it at that. But I know what that recording is, and I'm pretty sure you guys know what that recording is. So if people don't want to look at the facts and they don't want to open their minds, and like you say, man, are you law enforcement? Are you FBI? Are you a lawyer? Then shut the hell up because you don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
You don't really know if it's yes or no.
You got
Not
the
that
answers,
anything.
give it to me. If it's on paper and you got the evidence, give it to me, and I'll be the first guy to be like, all right, I was wrong. Till then,
And
you're just as wrong as me.
And that's all we can go off of,
Exactly.
is the evidence. And, who's to say that any of these people, WSU Kim, Dave, Tommy, who's to say that anybody is wrong? Like,
Yeah, I've never told
like
anybody
I
they're
said, like I said, it's not either way. It's not for sure
No.
yes, and it's not for sure no.
No,
So
absolutely not.
to say that any of us are 100% correct or 100% wrong, that's reckless because that's not the truth.
And I guess that's just where I got the most upset. Was just like boom, hammer. No, you're wrong. You're whoever this fucking Morris guy is. I've never even heard of him, but whatever. And I'm just like, okay, but obviously this recording is still around and still an issue because I'm pretty sure a lot of people like us are like, well, I'm sorry, but it sounds pretty damn real to me. And look, we have the information about it. Like, I have people breaking it down to find out how real that is or not. So I will get back to you on that. Please give me like a week. My guys are on it, but I'm pretty sure I will not say 100%, but I, in my heart, in my gut, and I trust my gut and my instinct, and that's how we got here. I know what it is. So I'll leave it at that.
You know what I mean? And it's all opinion anyway, you
It's all
know?
opinion anyways,
Like
yeah.
we're not like I said, we're not hanging out at the water cooler at the PD
Mhm.
talking to Jim about his son's damn baseball game.
Yeah. Well, opinions are like assholes. Everybody's
We're
got
not
one. They
there.
all stink.
We're not there. I mean, you know, it's I
Most of
just
them.
keep it at we all have our
But no, I know. It's just
opinions, you know.
It was
But
what it was, but I'm
it's
good.
I don't know. I don't know. I just don't get it. It's just like you can't say for sure either way. I've
No.
never said for sure either way. You've never
No,
heard
and
me
that's what I
say
have to
this
stress.
is a
Yeah.
100% fact, and you've never heard me say this is 100% never happening. I've never said that in any of my shit.
Same thing. And I even said it in my title, possible assailants. And then in my description, I said, if this is real, if this has happened, blah, blah, blah. But people just
Yeah.
kind
I don't know.
don't read too
Well,
well or don't.
I mean, and who knows? You know what I'm saying?
Who knows, man?
But I appreciate your boots on the ground. I appreciate your thoughts and opinions. That's one of the reasons why I reached out to you last week when we first came across your video. Not even been a week,
That's been-
actually.
yeah, quick.
More like, well, yeah, it was because I think it
About a
was
week. Yeah.
almost. I think it was Monday when we were starting to talk,
Oh,
or
okay.
maybe it was Sunday when we started to talk about getting together. Maybe it was. Yeah, but no, man, I appreciated it, you know, and it was just I don't know, man, you know, just to say either way yes or no, I just don't understand. It's all puzzle pieces, but
I agree.
But yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and open up the call line and the panel if anybody would like to do so. Let me put the sign in the window. We're going to go ahead and go through some Papa Roger stuff. I was trying to wait for Cassie. Thanks for the sub, Blind Trader. I was trying to wait for Cassie because she had some stuff she wanted to say.
Maybe
Is
nice
she
talk to
back?
her.
Is she back?
Did she say she's in the Pullman area?
Not the Pullman ever. Thank you, Dorothy. Thank you, Susan. Wow. Thank you, Rosie. Appreciate it. Wow. Thank you for the subs, everybody. Don't back down. Yeah, for sure, man. You got nothing but love and support here, bro. You
I know, that's why I'm here. Like,
because
I know I was
because I've always said we explore every thought, theory, or opinion, whether we agree with it or not, because that's how we can, get this puzzle together. Because, I don't know if you've checked any of my Henrietta horror stuff out, man, but
Oh yeah, but I will.
or even the Stephen Smith case, you got to put pressure on these people when they're not doing the right thing.
Mhm.
And when you feel in your gut that they're not doing the right thing, that's where you got to put the pressure, because they want people to forget. They want people to not think that shit might be a possibility. They want people to not even explore those other ideas or thoughts or opinions or theories, because then they might veer from the
The narrative or whatever. Yeah. Mhm.
These families deserve justice. That's what we're here for. That's why we talk about this subject.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
It's not for our own. It's for these families like Henrietta, like the community. Like I can't even put out there the call that I had because the person that I talked to is so freaking scared
Yep.
about her voice being recognized. And
Oh,
so I'm
man.
trying to figure out how I can get a voice change, because I'm telling you, the stuff that she was saying needs to be out there.
Mhm.
Like it does. It has to. It's when I was going to release some stuff, we had a conversation. It's just, I can't even, somebody will recognize me. I've already been warned, CJ. So
Yeah,
it's like,
It's really
these
unfortunate.
people are scared. And when they're scared, they depend on us to speak up and talk about the stuff that goes on. Because I'm telling you, once I put this call out there, and it was actually a show. SRB, my mod, was with me. We even did a live show that night. It was live on YouTube. It just never, it just went to private after that, because I have to wait until she's comfortable. But she was comfortable enough to do the YouTube live to show that she wanted it out there. but she didn't want somebody, recording it or whatever. So,
no, yeah, it's understandable.
we went ahead and but it's just like you got to put pressure, because that's the only way these families can get justice. The only way they can get justice is if we put all of our puzzle pieces together. We're not saying everybody has the puzzle pieces that fit or don't fit, but we are saying we need to put all these pieces together, whether we think they'll fit or not, and really see if they do, because they might. They just might.
I agree, man.
Where's Cassie? Anybody want to call in? You're more than welcome. 812-250-8484. Let me get my phone line up. My bad, because this shit is so... I need to figure out if there's another voice thing that I can use that anybody knows of. Please let me know, because this thing is so buggy that it doesn't actually work most of the time. So I do have it on the ringer right now. If you want to call in, go ahead. Thank you. I appreciate that, Cindy. No, it's not, this is more of a message to YouTube. I had a message to YouTube a long time ago when I first put my show up, because it's about, you have to understand this is a platform, right? That's why we never say something's 100. Thank you, SRB. Yeah, I mean, these are messages to YouTube, not just people. It's like, come on, we have to work together, everybody. Nobody can say something was 100% or not. It's just not.
Well, I mean, yeah, that's what was disappointing about today is I don't understand what the fight is. I mean, we're all supposed to be on the same team, but that's just where people don't want to be wrong. People have hubris. People, I understand that, but listen,
I get their passion.
That's fine, but I'm not here for the view. I said in my post, I'm not here for the views. I'm not here for the glory. I sure as hell don't get any glory, but it's fine. I don't get paid for this. I do not. I pay for my hotels. I pay for my the gas. I pay for the travel, everything. But I do it because it needs to be done, and I want to do it. Now I understand what comes with the territory, and I'll take that. But I just feel, if you have opinions, you can keep them to yourself, or I even said, email me personally. We can talk about it, but you don't need to put people on blast on channels and stuff.
Right.
But
we're all here to work together.
My opinion. Yeah.
For some reason, it's not ringing, but I can see somebody calling, so I'll just call back if that's okay. Give me 1 second here.
Thank you, Carol. It's very nice.
Yeah, thank you for the kind words, everybody. Let me see here. I'll call you back in 1 second.
Are we getting another psychic tonight? Sorry, that was a bad joke.
Yeah, for real, everybody. I know you guys want to call in. Do me a favor, take some notes if you need to. I don't want to dismiss what you have to say or your thoughts or anything, but please, just so it can allow multiple people to call.
Appreciate the bravery calling in. Definitely though.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Let me go ahead and call this number back real quick. They just called here. We appreciate you, Tommy.
Thanks, Tommy.
Hello.
Hello. This is Evil CJ. How you doing?
Hello.
Can you hear me?
Hi. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Yes. Good evening.
I'm sorry, my
Can you
Google
hear me?
voice isn't working. Yes.
Good.
Yes. How are you?
That's okay. No problem. I wanted to thank you guys and say, I too have really been involved in trying to look at this Idaho4 case. And I want to thank you for all your hard work, especially Rory, because I did get concerned about you going and doing this reporting because of the real issue of what we see in our country now. And I know everybody, doesn't maybe want to realize how bad the fentanyl drug crisis is in our country.
Exactly.
And it's huge. And I'm a nurse. So I am very passionate about advocating for things like this.
Right.
Initially, when this case happened, I thought of the drugs right away and money. And I've spent time learning about the cartel. I spent time learning about what's going on in our country with fentanyl. I think we all want heroes here, right?
Right.
That's how I look at it. I'm someone that my father was a veteran in the war.
Thank
And I
you for
didn't
his
want to
service.
look at, thank you, yes, I appreciate his service too.
Mm-hmm.
But I didn't want to look at someone like, for example, when this first happened and Kopaka came out.
Mm-hmm. You're right.
And my heart was like, I don't want it to be him, that he was involved. I wanted him to be the hero.
Right.
I wanted him to be the one that maybe he's watching what's going on there and that he's getting information, part of this war that we're in with this fentanyl now that's killing so many of our youth in our country.
Has been
all
for
over
years.
the country. And,
Yeah, for years now.
yeah. And in these hubs, like, for example, when Justin came out with Lana, and I love Lana, too, there's a couple people I watch, and I get information. And I come, and I'm kind of an analytical person anyway, so I kind of formulate what seems more plausible.
I'm just the
Drugs
same
and
way.
money,
Right.
Mm-hmm.
or an incel, a voyeur that's, watching these girls. And then you get to the question where you're like, well, why 4 of them? And it just kind of goes against what I've educated myself right now on what this is about for voyeurs. And, if it's 1 or 2 of the girls, it just keeps going back to the drug and the money, because the facts are there that was a drug house. People have said this. Both sororities that those girls are in were in suspensions because I believe drugs.
And to say that it can't be possible is not.
Xana's
you know what I'm
mom, Megan's father and stepmother, Doc Thrifty, when he first started this, I was watching him a lot. And I couldn't believe, he was looking at people in the apartments around where this house was. And he had, I guess because it was public record, he had a list of people that lived in these apartments. And the drugs that they were in, like addiction, it was unbelievable. Enan Harsh, he even said he sold drugs at one point.
Yes. Yep.
So it's it's in your face. Plus, people wake up.
All the
It is a
ODs.
very huge problem.
All the
Yes,
ODs.
all these young kids.
Right.
And then I started looking at Hannah Claire and Caden and the one boy that was from Washington State University. They're talking about suicide. I don't believe it's suicide. I believe that these kids were taking drugs, whether they had anxiety, depression, because obviously it's very bad in our society amongst our young kids.
COVID made
So
it
they
worse.
get involved in these drugs, and absolutely. And fentanyl is probably extremely addicting. And as a nurse, you only give that in the hospital for people that are going under anesthesia. So the
It's
fact
heavy
that
stuff.
it's being laced,
Right.
it's huge. And they don't wake up.
Mhm.
They don't wake up not because they want to die, because they're getting something lethal in this, whatever it is, this drug addiction. So anyway, going back to the heroes, we wanted Brent to be a hero, and I still, part of me wants to believe he wasn't on the bad side of this. But I'll be honest with you, our veterans, some of them don't do right either. I went to his Facebook, and if you look at the line he draws from where he is to San Jose, so I went and I looked up San Jose drug smuggling. Do you know recently there was a huge arrest with a woman? She's 62, former veteran, okay? I'm devastated. I'm former veteran for the police union. She's a director there for smuggling fentanyl from Hong Kong.
From Hong
She's
Kong?
arrested.
What?
Okay, so what makes us not
Yeah,
think that this
Chinese
drugs from
involved.
California coming from Alaska, just talk of that airport, right? Bringing it in, and it's going to all these hubs. But, I think it is related to that, whether Xana or Maddie somehow, money was taken, drugs were flushed down a toilet. people look like they might have been trying to make their own, cutting it
Right.
to make more money.
Right.
There was empty capsules in Emma's safe, which as a nurse, I'm thinking, why would someone have empty capsules? Are they going to try to make something themselves? I don't know why Emma and Dee are out. If they're out, is it because we have some, and they talked about this, when you deal with drug trafficking, there's a lot of good police, obviously, but there's going to be a lot of corrupt police. So
Wow.
your law enforcement's going to have corruption in it. If you have sustainable drug histories like this in these hubs.
Right.
So whether they let
Right.
them out hoping they're going to get back on the street and they're going to find more information, or there is corruption there and people are being protected, then it comes back to Brian Kohlberger. And again, he's another one I want him to be a hero. I don't want him. He survived heroin. He went back to school, got his PhD, became a criminologist. If you listen to like someone that was his friend, they said he wasn't a people person, but he wanted to go and make a difference and help through criminology and public safety. And part of me wanted to believe like he's going to do good, but maybe he went backwards around drugs again. I don't know, but and then the girls, like, are they the heroes? Are they the ones that said no more to this drugs and it's going to stop? And as a result, they ultimately lost their life. But it does make sense that
That's a good point.
Anna and Madison would be the target because of, and that's why 4 of them died, because you couldn't get to Xana that night without Ethan, and you
Right.
couldn't get to Maddie without Kaylee.
Right.
There goes the 2 collaterals.
Right.
But the big question is, who did it? Who was involved? How broad is this? I don't think it's just Brian. If he did, I don't want it to be him. I want it to be more, I want them to be the heroes, but I don't know. And I just wanted to say, one thing, I love Harsh too, by the way. And just listen
Yeah, I
to
do
what
too.
he says, though.
Mhm.
It's hard to establish credibility, right?
Mm-hmm.
And once you establish credibility, you don't want to blow it because then people aren't going to believe you. So that video I did hear come out from the very beginning. And from the very beginning, I never thought it wasn't real. I thought I could very easily picture that audio happening that night. Since
Absolutely.
then, like that Kopak and stuff, I don't know if that's legitimately in there, but I'm not sure.
Right.
So I kind of,
It is.
Defense, guys. I can't
It's not
find those
right.
things.
The audio's like this. You know what I'm saying? You could sit there and listen to that audio time and time and time and time, and you might even be able to hear different things. It's
Sure.
just trying to listen to it over and over and over, so you can kind of try and make sense of what because everything's percentages in life, whether it's the decision of if you're going to go to college or not. It's a percentage of yes and a percentage of no. Are you going to get up at 6:10 or 6:15? It's a percentage of yes and a percentage of no. Everything's different percentages. So you also have to listen to like this recording as in what is the highest percentage for each part that you're dissecting to what makes sense or what it appears to be. And then that's how we explore all of this stuff. So I 100% agree with you. The audio, it could be either way, you know what I'm saying? But
Right.
it still needs
Yeah.
to be talked about if it is real. And that's what you're just trying to find out. And I've heard different things from people. I've heard that the audio was debunked. I've heard there's multiple audios
Yeah.
out there. I've heard a lot of different stuff. You know what I'm saying? So who knows? But at the same
I
time,
know.
let's say that not everything can exist. Let's try together to see what fits with the puzzle, because we may not like the picture that the puzzle has, but we're
No.
still trying to put that puzzle together. And that's just what it is. You make a lot of great points, and I didn't catch
Thank
your
you.
name. Can I have your name, please?
Sure. My name is Anna Maria.
Anna Maria. Well, thank you so
Yeah.
much. You've made so many great points, and honestly, you've been
Thank
one
you.
of the best callers that have called into this show so far.
I
Seriously,
really appreciate it, and I want the truth and justice to come out because I think that's what we all are really. I think if anything, this case just hits home to a lot of us.
Right.
So be careful,
That's all we
Rory,
all.
too, because like I said, it's a little scary this world and to people that are out there. So
Mm-hmm.
I appreciate
be
it. Thank you very
careful.
much.
Thank
appreciate
you.
All right.
Yeah, thank you
Have a good
so
one.
much. Thank you so much, and please call
You
again
too. Bye-bye.
anytime. Thank you so much. Wow.
It was a great
Like
call. Yeah.
seriously,
Very
that
like
was like
the way it's supposed to go.
that was like one of the best calls.
Yeah.
Not the best, but, besides
Oh, I forgot to ask her. I was going to ask her why they released Caden Young from the hospital after his fentanyl overdose, what the procedures was, but I'll just have to figure that out.
Do me a favor. Type in chat if you want to. Here, let me get rid of this clapping here. Do me a favor. If you're in chat, caller, if can you ask your question again that you wanted to ask her, and then maybe she can type in chat the answer.
So chat with everyone in the studio or chat caller?
No, the lady that just called.
Oh, here we go. So
he wanted to ask you a question. Sorry.
So can I?
I just wanted to, if anybody else wanted to call.
I don't know. Sorry, I'm not very familiar with the software, guys. My apologies. So where do you go to type? I'm in comments, or is it private chat?
Are you able to have like another device that you can have the YouTube chat up?
Oh, yeah, I can do that. Oh, sweet.
Yeah, go ahead and do that, man.
Perfect. All right, man. Yeah, that's cool. No problem.
Thanks for the sub, Gina. Yeah, great caller. Wow. Thank you so much. A lot. I mean, the points. The whole call was interesting, informative, to the point. I mean, nothing but amazing. So much. Thank you. Wow. Thank you for your comfort for calling as well.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Wow. What a call.
This is weird to watch yourself on two devices at one time.
Oh, just turn the sound down and then just click on the chat board and you can have just the chat up.
There you go.
Yeah. You can
Okay.
have the chat up. Yeah, because I just have my StreamYard chat, but I don't
Anne
know.
Marie was your name, correct? Anne Marie?
Yeah, Anna Marie. Yeah. So if you're in chat, just say, hey, I'm Anna Maria. Do me a favor. And then he can he has a question for you. Thank you so much. Yeah, let me go back to the phone line. If anybody, let me see. Does anybody try and call in here? For some reason, do me a favor. Try and call one more time so I can answer. Oh, hold on. One second. I got to open up a new one. This Google Voice, I don't understand what the problem is here. Hold on. I got to open a new one. All right, let me switch back to the music here. Why is it not switching back to the music? There we go.
Okay, got that figured out.
I put it on there a long time ago and it wasn't switching. That's weird. Yeah, try. Okay, I'm gonna have to call you back. I don't know what's up with this Google stuff. It's not ringing in my ear here. See, now I hear it, but it's not. The calls aren't coming through. All right, let me call you back here. I apologize about this. We'll take one more call. Well, let me see. Where's Cassie? Hello? Hello. Oh, okay.
Sorry, everyone. We're not ignoring you.
Okay. I mean, that's his channel. Well, I don't know. I just asked him. I mean, yeah. I mean, I appreciate everybody's thoughts, theories, and opinions, and honestly, and thank you for your call, by the way. Yeah, I appreciate it.
Thank you for the nice comments. I appreciate it. You guys are wonderful. Thank you. Excellent. Yeah, that's what I was asking the nurse. I was wondering. So what I was going to ask the nurse is, what was the procedure? Because Caden Young got released from the hospital, and 2 hours later, he's dead. So I'm just wondering what the procedure is for releasing and why that happened. It's just all. But yeah, no, that raises a lot of questions to me too. I don't understand. So definitely, good question.
To
Yeah,
remember what we're doing this for. That's all.
Right.
That's what I wanted to say.
Yeah, we're
I
just
was confused why Harsh did that.
yeah, we're just trying to work together. I don't know what's up with the Google Voice. It was cutting in and out. I don't know. It's weird. But no, I just want to say thank you. And really, I couldn't answer the question for the gentleman. You just have to ask him and see what he says. You know what I mean? But we're definitely about exploring everybody's theories, thoughts, and opinions. And
absolutely,
that's just that's just how we're going to be able to put this puzzle together.
Yeah.
Because when the Ellie's,
And that's why I'm here.
yeah,
Because
thank you.
there are, a lot of the channels even go to members only. How are we getting everybody's opinion here? I don't understand why we want to shut down anybody's opinion. You know what I mean?
I don't know. This is the way that I look at it. That's somebody else's planet, and this is my own planet, and we have our own atmosphere, and that's the atmosphere that we worry about. You know what I mean? Because this atmosphere, we breathe oxygen in here, and we don't need any carbon dioxide coming in. So you know what I mean? So everybody
Yes.
that's in this community, we all breathe the same oxygen. We're all about the same approach, and therefore we have
Yes.
that nice atmosphere. Because once you start letting some carbon dioxide come in, it starts ripping holes in your atmosphere, and then you end up like Mars. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
it's just
Well, that's why I'm here because I think some people need a reality check, and nobody's a boss. Nobody's anybody's boss. You are your own boss. You have your own channel. You put this work into it. Nobody should be telling you what to do. And here's the thing. Here's what's beautiful about TV, and here's what's the best part is, guess what? If you don't like it, you can turn it off.
There's so
Stop
many.
being a jerk.
There is so many.
I mean, just because you can say something doesn't mean you should.
Right. I totally feel you. You know what I mean? There's so many out there. So, oh well, it's our
Thank
planet.
you.
Thank you so much. I appreciate
Thank you very
your
much.
call.
That's great. Thank you. Yeah.
All right, take care, guys.
Have a good night. Thank you so much. Planet CJ. That's right. It's all about the atmosphere in here. It's always been about the atmosphere. Always. That's why when anybody talks positively about the show, and the first thing they mention
Thank you, Randy.
is always the chat about how welcoming and loving and how they're willing to allow people to speak their mind without being criticized and explore all these thoughts and opinions, because that's what we've all built. And so everybody that's came in here has been about that. They appreciate it. You see the comments, all the new subs, you appreciate the atmosphere in the community, and it's like that for a reason. It's like that for a reason. Thank you so much for the call. I appreciate your comfort. I don't know what happened with that. Did it get like half the call or something? It sounded like because I heard I heard you talking to chat, and I was like, oh, like you must not have been able to hear it. I don't know. This Google. If anybody knows another program that I can use to do this, let me know, please, because it's like this Google stuff doesn't work. If you want to
Gotta love
try and call
technology.
again, huh?
Gotta love technology, man.
I don't understand why I don't have a bunch of tabs up.
Yeah.
There's no sound. All right, let me try it again.
Okay, who said this wasn't Chihuahua Nana? Yes, you are right. So Caden was a University of Idaho journalist student. So it's very highly likely that Emma and Demetrius, since that's the person that Caden bought the cocaine laced with fentanyl from, he may have been dosed on purpose. I'm not saying, oops, sorry. I'm not saying this happened 100%. I want to make myself very clear on that. But it's from what I'm coming across, from what I'm hearing, yes, that is very possible. That's what happened. Not saying that happened.
Yeah. And you just, I mean, hell, you heard about this. I mean, even when the case first happened, you were hearing about the ODs and stuff that were going on up there. It's been a problem for a long time. It really has. Long time. What's up, Carol? Thank you. All right, I'm getting a call here. It's actually working. Beautiful.
Hey, okay.
Tommy.
Oh,
There's
Tommy's calling.
To accept.
Tommy. There he is.
What's up, Tommy?
What's up, Tom?
Hey, what's up?
Hey, can you I was gonna say when you called last time,
TV,
you had mentioned something about a Xbox being able. Now for some reason the call don't work, and I know there was a delay on it last time, but I want you to be able to hear him too. I don't know why it doesn't do that on Google Voice, but
Yeah, there was like this delay. There was
Yeah.
this like delay, and it was like, and that's why there was those big long
Yeah.
pauses, and I hate that.
yeah. So if you want to, you mentioned Xbox, and I know what you do because I do that when I'm doing my prep and stuff, right? So if you're able to
Right.
hook like a earbud or a headphone up just on one side, and then the other
Yeah,
side,
I,
you could
I
have the
can
show.
I can do the Xbox.
Okay.
Yeah, I got to set the, I got to just switch it around here. That's all.
Sweet,
Yeah.
man.
Okay,
Yeah, I think that'll
will
work
do.
out better for you.
Yeah, I bet it will. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Yep.
You
All
want
right, we'll do that.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you, buddy.
Yep. Bye.
All right, we'll go ahead and wait for his call. I think it'll that way. I don't know why Google Voice does that. It should be able to.
I don't know much about Google Voice.
I don't.
Doesn't seem like it's optimal at the moment.
Yeah.
Yeah, Tommy knows his stuff about that stuff. He was in it for 20 years, so he definitely knows his stuff.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah.
And I'm trying to wait for my mod Cassie to hop up before we get into this Papa Roger because I know it was important to her. So I know she's got some things. Yeah, she's got some things that popped up. So
That'll be
we'll
a
be
good
getting
time.
to that here soon. We'll be getting
That's
to
gonna
that
be a
here
good
soon.
It
So
seems
we're taking
suspicious
some
that
calls
he
for now.
released- okay. So Somer Powell, yes, you're absolutely right about MND being released quickly, and that is because it's very likely they rolled on someone because all charges are dropped and they are scot-free after killing some kids. So to me, I mean, we've all seen crime shows and movies and
Right.
stuff. That means you rolled.
When they were facing heavy time too, I still probably
Heavy time.
have this article.
I don't know what the hell
still
Demetrius is
probably have
doing
it.
now, but yeah.
Let me see.
That too. The people are, yes, I agree. I think that definitely has something to do with it. I will not say that is for sure, the law enforcement part, but I do think that is a possibility.
I have an article from when because we were looking at the time they were facing, and it was some major.
It was 10 years at least, I want to say.
It was major time.
It was major time, yeah. Prison. So, yeah, I don't know. I mean, to me, that's roll because they killed somebody, so I don't know. It's a good one. Just make that LE exactly, maybe.
I think this is it. Let me see. Oh, video not found. Yeah, it's gone.
Which one?
The video that talks about their charges.
Of course it is.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
come
gone.
Come on. How convenient.
I mean, it did because we were going through it the other night. Because we were
now it's
gonna,
gone.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Are we starting to see what's going on here, guys? Cover up after cover up. All of a sudden, something will pop up, and then whoop, where'd it go? It's like magic. Like, come on. That's stupid.
Let me see here. Tommy should be calling back here in a second. I'm just keeping it closed up until Tommy calls here. And then we can get to some of your calls until Cassie hops on with us. She really wants to go into the Papa Rogers stuff with us. And
Yeah,
definitely
like I hear
check out Cassie. She's got a theory on multiple people from probably a month ago. Yeah, Cassie's theory. I made a highlight video about it. So just go to my page and go to my video section and then look for the thumbnail that has Cassie's name on it. And she's got a pretty interesting theory when it comes to multiple people. And this is like a month and a half ago.
I'd love to hear it.
We can play that right now while we...
yeah, I don't know how long.
Because she'll be joining the show. Yeah, she'll be joining the show tonight. So let's go ahead and play that theory that she had. Hold on 1 second.
Let's do it.
It's a short one. Because she will be joining the show here. Let's see. There it is. So it was from a month ago. And I'll put the link in chat if you want to go check it out on your own too. Let's see here.
I don't know what's up with Google Earth. I don't know why they're blocking that. That makes no sense either. Why can't you go down that street? What are you hiding? So I don't understand.
Well, guess what? Guess what?
What happened?
I was going through some of my old shows and I did a really good Google guy walk around that whole freaking area for 2 shows. So we're going to go back.
Play that, dude.
And we're going to play that. Because if they can't they took the road away last week. So if we can't even go there, guess what? We can go back to the old show and we can go back there. Oh, hold on. Let me see here. All right. So this is the theory video here. Let me go full screen. And we'll go screen share. I wish I could just hit a button for everything instead of having to like navigate all these tabs and screens to do this. Sorry, it's not a more smooth flow, everybody. So this is the short. Is it Koberger and Co. More than one, potentially 3. Cassie's theory. So here's. Yeah, this is from. Let me see. This is from May 2nd. Is when she first brought this up, but she had thought this already for a while. But this is when she was finally able to hop up on panel and tell us about it. So what's this theory? It's like a juicy steak waiting on a plate. Even though I didn't eat it.
Ever since you played the whole copying of the SIM card, and my mom and I were talking about the bike path right behind the Kings Road house that leads straight to Pullman on the side of the highway. So I've always said from the beginning that there was more than one person, potentially 3. You have the getaway car, a potential lookout, and whoever committed the crime, right? So when you said the copying of the SIM card, that could have potentially happened because didn't Koberger like riding his bike? So who's to say he didn't take the route home? Whoever had the copy of the SIM card took that crazy weird route that night to try to throw off LE through Clarkston and Lewiston over the Snake River.
All the way down there.
Yeah, when he could have just rode his bike home. It might not even have been him in the car.
Oh, interesting. So
I've always said that there was more than one person. Well, and then think about it. With the time frame and the
the pings of the cell phone, which could have just been the SIM card, it throws off the time frame, right? Because who in the hell can do such a massacre in such a short amount of time, right? It's like what, 18 minutes?
Mm-hmm.
Who's to say he wasn't in there longer? And the, getaway car, your little, let's try to throw Ellie off here, didn't leave earlier.
Right. And here's the bike path that everybody is referring to, or not everybody, what SRB is referring to, Paradise Path. This is the route of Paradise Path from the crime scene. That's a path that we actually explored a very long time ago in the beginning of the show, when we thought that there could have been a bicycle involved because of all the bike paths that were around the area, and how the bike paths could literally lead to the crime scene.
Because look at where that's at.
Right, exactly. And Linda Lane could have been a route that person could have took to go through here, and all of a sudden you're right out in front of. You didn't even have to go down Taylor or King. You could have did a back way through Linda Lane,
right,
and then came through here and hit up the crime scene.
Because look at how focused we were on that car. Nobody's really going to suspect somebody coming from on a bicycle, taking the bike path in the dead of night. And if he has one of those 10 speeds, he could have booked it home pretty decently quick.
Yeah.
Yeah, let me add his location into that bike path here, and we'll see what it looks like. So if it's just his location and we're going to be doing a bike path, 52 minutes, that's basically, there's two routes. It picked the other one that goes by the airport as well. But it's stating right here, a bike, 52 minutes. So he could have actually been back home before his car and his cell phone pinging made it to his residence, because I think that one takes about, wait, how long was that? Let me look. A little over an hour.
Right.
Let me see, 5:30. So it has him showing the pings, the car leaving at 4:20, arriving at 5:30. So an hour and 10 minutes. Yeah, hour and 10 minutes. So they would have arrived shortly after BK would have arrived if he would have taken the bicycle route that is shown right here.
Right. Because didn't he ask the question of, did anybody else, has anybody else been arrested?
Yeah, so confident. Here, let me zoom that in just a little bit more. Yeah, so confident. Exactly.
Right.
And we did hear back then when we were covering the case in the very beginning, we were having discussions because there's a lot of reports on Paradise Path of somebody dressed in black, having a backpack or bag of some sort, threatening people with a knife. Yeah.
So there's something to tickle y'all's brains for the night.
That's interesting, Cassie. I need to
Ever
make
since you said the SIM card copy, I was like, oh shit, I forget that you can do that. Because you can just buy a burner phone.
Yeah.
And copy. I mean, you have to, I don't really know what all goes into being able to do that, but I don't know how to do it. But obviously there's people out there that know how to do it.
And Moto says that would throw the cops off the trail
if
he ditched the knife off the bike trail as well. Dang.
Yep.
This
because
is why
they
I
go
love
over
you
the
guys
snake
so. And that's, we were talking about a SIM card that night, which is another possibility, another, you know what I'm saying? It could definitely be possible. If you're confused about the theory, I'll put the link to the video in chat. Go ahead and save it to your playlist. Listen to it again. I'm not sure if we'll be able to have her on here tonight. I think some more things came up. So what we'll do is we'll take that call from Tommy and then we'll go ahead and get into this Papa Rogers stuff. So I apologize. Anything that we do not go over tonight, we'll put it on the next Idaho4 episode. I am going to put a poll up tonight so you guys can decide what case, or if there's another case you would like me or us to cover if you're going to join tomorrow, buddy, that you'd like the show to cover. I'll leave it up to you. I'm going to put a community post up after the show, and I'll leave it up till 5 o'clock Central tomorrow. And then I'll go ahead and put the notification up early, but I'll put the actual thumbnail and the title of what we'll be covering tomorrow night, depending on what you guys vote. So I appreciate you in advance if you do vote. So we'll go ahead and switch back to the screen here. Tommy, if you want to try and call again, buddy. Sorry about that.
Tommy?
And I did want to show that because that's an interesting theory. Let me see here. And we got Tommy calling right now. Thank you, sir. Tommy, what's up, buddy? You there, buddy? Hey, what's up, buddy?
It's going to be kind of weird because I got to talk through the phone. Now I got to talk through the phone and then listen to the headphones.
Yeah.
So it'll be kind of weird, but
We'll figure out a better way. I'll try and brainstorm. Maybe there's a way that I can add Rory on the Google Voice somehow, and then that way maybe we could. I don't know how it works.
I noticed that last night.
Yeah, I don't know how it works. You know what I mean? So sorry about that.
Right. He's talking to me. Hello.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm here.
buddy. How you doing?
Hello.
Yes.
Yeah, he'll just be on a little delay for you.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay. Yeah, there's just something's weird's going on here, dude. Can he hear me?
Yeah, he can hear you. You just can't hear him.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, maybe I can use a Skype or something.
I'm hearing him, but he's talking.
Can Skype do that instead, where we could do
I
like
don't know.
Skype calls?
Yeah, I don't know. I've never done. Google used to have Google Call or whatever. They don't have that anymore.
Does
Where I
anybody
could just
know?
call right from the phone.
Yeah, does anybody know if there's any programs out there we can do, like whoever, like Rory, he can join the
I
party?
can. Yeah, I can. Geez, that's a really big delay there.
Yeah, what's up with it? Can you just call on your phone?
Yeah,
Is
this
that
isn't
easier?
gonna work.
I don't know if you can hear me. Here, I'll just text you.
Are you able to
It's too
join the
bad I can't.
panel? You want to try that? 'Cause
If you don't make my picture.
No,
I don't want my picture up.
Yeah, when I'll send you a link, okay, and then just
Okay.
have your camera shut off. And
Have my camera shut off.
Yeah, so-
will it ask me to, or how do I shut my camera up?
It'll give you
What do
the
you mean?
option.
It'll say stop cam.
Let me see.
Here, give me that. Okay.
Yeah, I'll send you. Do me a favor.
Yeah, I'm not ready for
Send me a text message. Send me a text message, and then I'll send you one back with the link. And then what
Okay,
you
I'm
can
going to
do?
get this headphone off here.
Okay.
Okay, can I get back to my TV? I think that's better for the YouTube.
Actually, if you do the link, you won't even have to have the stream up, or you'll just be talking on your phone.
On the phone?
Yeah, with your link. And so when I send you the link, it'll give you an option to put your name in there, so you can put Tommy, and then it'll give you
Right.
the option to have your microphone or your camera on or off. And when you join, just have your camera shut off, but you can have your your mic on. Yep, and then
Yeah.
it'll just be Tommy with a default silhouette picture. It won't even have a picture. It'll just be
Right.
Tommy.
I gotcha. Yeah.
Yeah, man. Yeah, just send me a text message
Okay.
and I'll give you the link then.
Where do I send the text message to?
The same number, 812-250-8484.
okay.
Yep, yep. Thank you, man. I appreciate it.
Let me see.
And we'll see if we can get like maybe a Skype thing or something.
Yeah,
I'll
that'd be
start to brainstorm, you know, something that we can join together as a party.
Yeah.
That way, because it does, you know, I'm sure the delay is tough. You know what I mean? But this is Google
Yeah, and I'm
Voice.
not ready for.
Yeah, SRB.
You can text.
My email is thou shalt not kill at truecrime@gmail.com.
Thou shall not kill truecrime@gmail.com.
That's the one. Where's my soda?
Thank you for your patience, Tommy, and thank you, Rory, and thank you, chat, for your patience. I appreciate it.
Oh yeah, that's fine.
Sorry.
I'm just kind of waiting for it. Okay.
You know technology.
Continue with YouTube. Continue with Facebook. Continue with YouTube.
Hold on 1 second. Let me take this off real quick.
They're trying to make me sign into
Yeah.
some StreamYard.
Go ahead and back out and go back in to that link. I just went ahead and took the authentication off for this.
Okay.
And then it won't ask you to register.
Do this here now. Okay.
Just close that.
Okay, and at the link here, what do you want me to do with it?
Yeah, just go ahead and click on it again. I just changed the settings for you. I just have to have certain protective settings up, that's all. But with you, I know you're good, so I don't have to worry about it.
Yeah, it said allow something, and then it went. Oh, there we go. Mic cam access. It says allow mic/cam.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead and do it, but then shut it off, because what's going to happen is when you come up, you're going to be in
It
backstage.
says microphone and camera.
Yeah. What you'll do is you'll be in backstage when you come up, so nobody's even going to see you. And then you can go ahead and shut it off if it has you do that. Yeah. Yeah. You'll be in backstage. And I'll wait until you're good to bring you up. Thank you for the sub, Dawn. I appreciate it. And then after this, it ain't going to be no thing, Tommy. I appreciate this. We'll figure something out, too.
I'm not sure if the mic is working here. Stop cam. Okay, I think. Is it ready?
It should be. Go ahead. And then I'll wait for you. I'll wait to bring you up until you're all set and good to go, okay?
Okay.
And I'm going to go ahead and end the call because it might interact with the panel thing, okay?
Right.
Okay. There we go. And then what'll be really cool is if he, when he comes up on the panel, we'll be able to screen share anything that, if he wants to bring something up and wants us to, like Google Images or something, we can definitely do that too. Yeah. So, yeah, once he hops
We're in
in,
progress. We're building.
Yeah, we'll just make sure he's comfortable and good to go, and then we'll go ahead and bring him up. And do me a favor, man. Reach out to him if he has any issues. Go ahead and help him.
Yeah.
Because I know the first time StreamYard can be kind of difficult sometimes.
It's a little tricky at first.
Yeah. Definitely appreciate his comfort.
Absolutely.
Wow, that's interesting, Running Bear. Thank you all the new subs. Thank you for checking.
I've heard that.
The guest here.
I've heard that about Adam. It's a possibility. Again, not saying it happened, but I have heard that. Who knows? I don't know. Drives me nuts trying to figure this out, man.
All right, here we go. And I'll just make sure he's good to go. All right, it looks like the cam's off. I'm going to go ahead and add you, Tommy. All right, can you hear us, Tommy?
Tommy.
Email is a code, huh? Interesting. Can you hear us, buddy? me see here. Papa Roger.
I wonder if he's on his laptop or what's going on here.
I gotta shut this call thing off. I keep getting calls. Here we go. He's not on mute. Maybe he might have to back out and come back in, maybe. Because it doesn't show him on mute. Here, let me go ahead and...
Yeah, let's try to...
If you want to message him, tell him to go ahead and try and join again. Sorry about that. That was...
All right.
Let's see. He can hear us. He said he could hear us.
Okay. Interesting.
But I know sometime, I think the first time you joined it did that, where you couldn't, where you couldn't, I couldn't hear you. So I'm going to give it a minute, make sure his cam is shut off there.
Yeah, he's on your end too.
Here we go.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you
There
now.
he is.
There
What's
we
up,
go.
guy?
There we
Hey.
go.
See, dude, you sound way better. You're like clear, like no echo. Like, yeah.
Right.
There you
Yeah,
go.
this is way better.
All right, man.
Yeah, there we go.
Cool. Am I in the
All
show
right.
now or not?
No, you're not on the phone
Okay,
anymore.
I'm in the
Nope.
backstage. All right.
No, I was getting calls like crazy after you.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of people out there tonight, huh?
Yeah, I
Must be.
appreciate all the calls.
Yeah.
What's up, man?
Yeah,
Thank
what's
you
up?
for
Oh,
your
no,
comfort and thank you for your patience too.
Oh, that's fine, man. Yeah, that's fine. Just got a few things to say, and then,
All right.
yeah, yeah. It's been quite the 24 hours here, huh?
Yeah, sure has.
Or the last couple.
Right. Yeah, no doubt.
3
Yeah,
days,
that-
actually.
Yeah, that video from Unique, that was quite amazing. Also, when those guys, when CJ and Roy was on that.
Oh, last night's show that we were on Unique Van Life. That was wow.
Yeah.
Right. Right.
What an honor to join her show too. I was
Right.
like totally in awe of the invite to even be included.
Thank you,
In her
girl.
cute little voice.
Yeah, like she's been a channel that we've been showing you know, we've always shown on the show because I like her theories, thoughts, and opinions, and I like exploring them. And
Right.
it was crazy. Like, and I know you're in chat, Unique, so thank you, appreciate it.
Oh, hello, Unique. How are you? Hello.
Hi, Unique.
So what's up, man? Yeah,
No,
that sounds
just-
a lot better. That's for sure.
Oh yeah, there's no delay here. This will be the way it is with when I enter too.
Yep, same way every time from now on. Yep,
Alright,
and then
cool.
also we can show maps and all sorts of stuff if you want to when we're talking about stuff now. Also,
Right. Oh, I see. They showed. They put me in there. Yeah. Am I on? Am I on?
yeah, you're on the chat. Yeah, everybody can hear you.
Oh.
Yeah, you're in the
okay,
panel.
So I'm on the show. Oh, okay.
You're in the
Yeah,
show,
Hey,
dude.
guys.
yeah, man. Yeah, man, you're in the show. Yeah,
All
You're
right.
the
You're on
big
panel.
time. On the stage. Yeah.
Hey, Roar. Hey,
What's up, buddy?
TJ, how you guys doing?
Good.
All right. Well, yeah, I got a couple of things I guess I want to say. First, I want to say, you know, we're all one big community, and you're right. You know, everybody, there is pieces of the puzzle, and we have to discard the bad ones and everything. You know, there are some power hungry people out there, I think, a little bit, but everybody should, you know, things should be handled right, and people, if like, let's say that you guys seen something that wasn't right on let's just say Unique's channel, you would probably call her or text her or email her and say, hey, you know, this is not right, not go blasting her channel.
No. Yeah, right. Yeah, because I've came across channels because we watch a lot of other creators too, because I like exploring their thoughts with everybody here in the show. And there's there's been channels that we've came across, and if they've came across the wrong way, whether it's been from chat or even myself, we just didn't watch them anymore.
That's what, yeah,
You know,
exactly. Just move on.
those are channels that we
Right.
just quit using. You know,
Right.
I don't know. I never went and messaged anything on those videos, honestly.
Ignore it, move on. Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
I mean, it's just it's a big community, and everybody should be helping each other, and that's my thoughts on that.
It's a puzzle.
And then as far as the case, that unique when you guys were on Unique show, wow,
Yeah.
that was just unbelievable stuff.
Well, please thank her for letting us be there. Yeah.
Yeah, the invite.
Very nice invite.
And
I'll put the link to that in chat too.
And that family that she showed, that fits more that profile than that Greek dude by far. Because I said many businesses, and that really, that whole link should be looked at. Did anybody get the video translated of the guy on the memorial page?
Oh no.
Yeah, that's curious.
On the memorial page.
Yeah, that one where the guy was talking. It was supposed to be
where the thing happened in the background. That one.
It was like an Arabian, guy from an Arab or something.
Yeah. I don't know. No, I haven't heard anything.
I'm really curious of what was being said there.
Yeah, it was interesting. A lot of, I mean, I was like, whoa.
Right.
It was.
He sounded very serious when he was talking, and I'd really like to hear what that was said there. And it was on the obituary page, right? Correct or something? That's what it looked like from down below.
The video was just titled. I'm not gonna go. Yeah, I'm not gonna go to the video, but it was just titled "Maddie Mogan, cause of unalive." It's just very weird. Very weird.
Yeah, very, very strange. Yeah, I'd like to find that out. Then a couple other things here. That Xana food thing really bothers me. Ordering. I mean, she's home, right? She's already home. The call comes into the place at 2:30 to be delivered at 4. I mean, I just have a problem. I just have a problem with that. And why would they order it to be delivered at 4? I cannot answer that question.
Wasn't it a different DoorDash account? Like it wasn't it was like a special kind of DoorDash account, and then they paid with a what do you want to call it? A gift card?
Yeah.
Is that what I'm hearing?
Well, what I heard is that she had ordered at 2:30 to be delivered at 4.
Well, that's very odd. Okay.
I've heard a lot of different things. I've even heard that it wasn't even her that ordered it; that it was,
right,
you know what I mean?
right.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, my
the
theory
person that delivered it as well. Just theories,
right.
though. But
yeah, that theory last night I said that maybe Emma ordered it, and that still bothers me about that 2:30 to 4 a.m. It wouldn't take that long for one thing, and then that's why when I heard she ordered at 2:30 to be delivered at 4, it just doesn't make sense there. And then the door being opened, I don't know if I explained that or my theory on that last time or not, but I think it was left open to air the place out of cleaning agents, because that place was cleaned. I mean, there is no doubt that place was cleaned.
I have a question.
Does anybody doubt that?
Well, this is what I wonder. I mean, I don't know. I can see where you're coming from, number one, because whenever you look at any of these news footage videos, when you do see the inside of the property,
that's a good question.
I don't recall seeing anything anywhere except for something possibly that might have been dripping on the wall. But I don't even really think that, in my opinion, I don't even really think that was the red stuff in the inside. I mean, so to say, you know what I'm saying? Like to say that it didn't or did, they were wood floors. This place
Right.
didn't have a lot of carpet.
Right.
So who's to say that it wasn't mopped up and cleaned up? And you know what I mean?
Yeah, I
So
mean, they only
who's to
one
say?
latent footprint, one, and that's latent.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? They didn't even see it with their eyes. They had to use luminol to see it.
Right.
I mean, that place had to have been cleaned. I mean, in my mind, there's no doubt. You know, that's in my mind.
Possible. Absolutely. Yeah.
It is possible, that's for sure.
And then that would
And it-
explain the door being open to leave that, you know, to get the cleaning agents smell out of there.
Mhm.
So who would possibly do the cleaning if that actually happened?
Well, I said my theory about that, but I don't know if that's true or not.
Right, yeah.
Somebody did. I mean, there's no doubt in my mind that there was some cleaning. And here's another rumor, okay, another theory of somebody's, put it that way.
Okay.
That BK was hired to come in and do the cleaning because he knew exactly what needed to be cleaned. I mean, there was no footprints, there was no DNA, there was
Actually, kind of makes
nothing.
sense. We know all
Yeah.
that. Yep. Yeah. It's not bad.
So
And it
that's
definitely
another
would.
theory.
It definitely would. Thank you for joining, RI Housewife. It definitely would get in between there. Nobody said it wasn't. But if they cleaned it, come on, 8 hours.
Yeah. I
Right,
mean,
they had plenty of time to do it. Yeah.
Yeah.
8
Right.
hours. So you just don't
And
know
that's
if
I
that's
thought
what
that was
took
kind
place.
of intriguing about the BK being hired to come in and do the cleaning. Or
I've never
to
heard of that
at least
one.
direct it, or at least direct the cleaning, because he would know, you know, how that would go down. That's you know, I just thought I'd throw that out there.
I guess that would kind of explain why his car is supposed to be there in the morning if it was actually there. But
Rose says
Right.
it was tossed in, searched for whatever, then it was cleaned except for rooms a type were in the house. Then they weren't. I mean, Rose is saying the same thing right here.
It was tossed in, search for
Cleaned
whatever,
except
and it was
for the
cleaned
rooms.
except for rooms.
They just
Yeah,
cleaned.
right. Exactly.
They just cleaned the
Exactly, Rose.
kitchen, the living room.
Yep. Exactly.
Wow. Yeah. Thank you.
Exactly. Yep.
Wow.
Yeah. And it would have to be somebody that knew. You know, that's what makes me intrigued
done
about
it
that
before.
BK thing. That he wasn't just in there to either clean, which I don't know about that because he hates meat, and I don't think he likes blood.
Supposedly,
right. But he
Right.
could have directed it. He could
We've
have
heard he
directed it. Maybe,
get.
you know, possibly.
We've heard he got burgers from Jack in the Box too.
Yeah, he likes
so
bacon
who-
cheeseburgers. So
right, man? Like we've heard different things. You know what I'm saying?
CJ's Kohlberger special there.
No, that was him. That
That's
was
mine.
him. I was like, Kohlberger. I remember when we first came across that video and he said that, I laughed, and then I was like,
Right.
well, what's the Kohlberger special? And then he goes,
Right.
vegan tacos. I'm like, oh shit.
That's the one.
Yeah. Vegan
Right.
tacos.
And here's another thing that maybe
That
I don't
was
know
when
if
we first
anybody-
watched you, man.
Yeah.
Right. I don't know if anybody knows this, but yeah, BK was a runner from hell, dude. I mean, the guy could run a mile in just over 6 minutes. Did you know that?
See, I never got into this. What is it, Strava or something? I haven't even got into it.
Right. He could
So
run a
that's what-
mile in just under, just over 6 minutes. I mean, that's serious freaking running, dude.
Wow.
So, you know, that's another thing you got to look at too, is that he could have parked that car a mile away and ran in 6 minutes. So,
I mean, or
something to
even,
throw out there.
you know, like with Cassie's theory, who's to say he wasn't frickin' booking it on a bicycle?
Right. Yeah, I heard that. Yeah.
If you're, you know what I mean? Like, if you're,
Mhm.
you could definitely book it on a bicycle. And you saw the path we showed. It showed on the
Yep.
on the video. You saw the path right there. We're 52 minutes on a
Yep.
bicycle.
Bike it or run it, one or the other,
Right.
maybe. Yep, possibly. Yep.
Right.
No doubt about it.
Yeah.
Yep.
And nobody would know nothing because you're a student. It was 28 degrees out that night. Students are always riding bikes up and down that path, and you ain't gonna look nothing different if you're wearing a ski mask, just showing your bushy eyebrows with a backpack as your boot scooting down the frickin' bike path. You're gonna look like a normal student that might have had a late night studying with his friends or something, going home. I mean,
right.
It's
Yeah.
crazy. I could definitely see her theory too. Yeah,
Yep.
Kim can
Yep.
come on panel. If she wants to send me a text message or an email, I can send a link. I just can't put the link out in chat. So Kim
Yeah,
can
that's pretty
definitely
much, I
join the
guess,
show.
what I wanted to say. Yeah, that's pretty much. I think somebody should jump on that family and do some research on that family and from the Unique Show.
That's
Definitely.
crazy.
Yeah.
What an
Yeah,
episode.
someone needs to.
I think in non-harsh is definitely a new person of interest. So we'll have to take a look at that. So
Yeah. Anyways, that's my call, I guess.
Thanks, Tommy.
Okay.
All right,
Tommy, thank you
guys have
so
a good
much. I
one.
appreciate it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
CJ, you guys have great shows. Yep.
Thanks, man.
Thank
Be
you so
watching.
much. Call
Yep.
anytime,
Talk to you later,
man.
man.
Seriously.
All right.
Thank you.
Yep.
Appreciate
All
you.
right. Yep. Bye.
All right. Once that got going, that was good though.
Yeah, what a
I always like talking with him. He's a character.
and he's just down to earth. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he's really, really good dude.
He's down to earth.
Yeah, he's a really good guy.
Yeah, Kim, if you can text me 812-250-8484, send me a text and I can send you a link, or that way you can join panel. Or send me an email, evilcj@gmail.com. Then I can send you the link that way. Wow. I appreciate him so much, man. I appreciate him so much.
Crime on a Dime. What channel was it, Crime on a Dime? I'd like to know. If you can tell me that, please.
What's up?
Said, I was watching a channel earlier, and this very credible source stated that W.S. Kim is not lying and is very credible. She stated that
I don't
Kim's
think
is her children and getting the truth out.
I that's the thing. Ever since the call came out, you can go back to my first show when we covered the first call on the Drunk Turkey show, right?
Mhm.
And people were sitting there telling, just getting on me about how I felt like she was being honest.
Yeah.
Like even people in my own panel. So you know what I'm saying? Like I exist we all don't have to agree, but we just have to work together. And people in my own panel were even like getting on me and stuff. And I'm like, look, I just, this is what I feel.
Look,
You
man,
can tell
yeah,
me, you can tell me I'm wrong. You can tell me that, but you know what? I've always from day one appreciated it. It takes a lot of comfort for you to be able to do and talk about that stuff,
It's
especially
yeah.
yeah.
Mhm. Very brave, very strong people that come forward and tell their truth, the truth, if it's their truth, whatever, but to come up and speak against the narrative and powers that are stronger than you takes a lot. I always respect that. So
It's the families,
Mhm.
the families.
Absolutely.
It's got to be scary. So
For everyone.
just wait.
Yeah.
Rose sent a text message. All right, I'm not. Let me see.
She's been caught in many inconsistencies, whether people are just or don't anymore. I mean, you could say that about a lot of people about being inconsistent or whatever. It's just, I don't know a lot about her. I would actually. When's the last time
really?
when's the last time you went over those calls?
Well, the first call was I would think it was the middle of December. I thought it was somewhere in December. It might have been early January. If you go to the Drunk Turkey show, if you go to the first video that has her joining the show, it was like somewhere in December or January. And that's when we came across it. And when we started, I wanted to hear everything she said because I'm about exploring all the thoughts and theories and opinions, and that's when we were checking it out, and it was very interesting to me, and I felt like she was being honest, even though people even on my own panel were like, "Come on, CJ." I'm like, no, this is how I feel. What's up, KSA? Yeah, sorry, I don't know if there's an issue going on. I'm not getting a text message. I apologize about that. It does. It takes courage to speak. That's the truth. That's the truth. What's up, LA Wilkes? Thanks you for joining, buddy.
What's up, man?
Yeah, Kim.
From LA too.
Let me see. I'm not getting a text message here.
Keister Bunny answer, yeah.
And I'm checking my email too in case you...
You're right, Jazz Adams. People don't like the truth. They love that line. You can't handle the truth from that one movie. But I mean, that's so pertinent. It's either that they can't handle the truth or they're not ready for it. Either one. But, truth is truth. Truth hurts.
I'm not getting a text message. I don't know what's up with this. I guess if you want to just try and call if it's not working, or and then I can send you a text message back. We don't have to share the call if you want to call in. I can just keep that separate, and then I can send you the text message that way. I'm not sure here.
I see somebody watched my video of Emma Bailey digging drugs up her butt. That's good. Glad you enjoyed, man. Proof of the packet. Yeah, I bet. Oh, dude.
Proof. Thank you, Sherry.
I got to run this by you. Somebody, my source of mine said today that Kopaka probably most likely had a 1-bedroom apartment. That's why you don't have roommates. I never thought about that.
Or if you're on Twitter, Kim, go ahead and send me a tweet.
It's possible. Possibly.
Evil CJ. Oh, interesting, Sherry. Thank you for that. We'll definitely go through that. Might have to be tomorrow night. Because I'll probably have to end the show here soon. So we might have to push a lot of that back till tomorrow night. But I'll put out a poll.
Sorry, man. Did I wreck your schedule?
No.
Why would they clean up? Because they... to cover everything up, especially, that's a great question. So why would they clean up? Well, obviously they know something. They might be a part of it. So you got to get rid of all the evidence. This is possible. Now, who would be cleaning up? That's a great question. But obviously something happens between 4 in the morning and 12 in the morning, or there's 8 hours of, we just don't know. So obviously something is happening, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
What?
And nobody knows.
Nobody knows.
We're not talking to Jim at the water cooler at the local PD, so we have no idea.
Sorry, Jim.
Hope he had hope his son had a great game.
Mm-hmm. That's true. Yeah, there's moms out there.
I did get a call, but it wasn't from Kim. It was from somebody else. I'm not sure. Try and just call me, Kim, and then I can send you the link through that way. It says I have a message, but it's not letting me check it.
Yeah, agree with you, Hot Moon. Definitely. Absolutely.
I don't know what's up with it. Or email. I'd love to talk to you.
Who's Randy? Randy Hansen, man. I'd love you to email me.
Oh.
You seem like you know your stuff. So thou shalt not kill truecrime@gmail.com. Please email me.
Here's the phone number too. 812-250-8484.
Randy Hansen sent me a really nice message today. Thank you, man. You really helped. Thank you.
And then I can send you the link back. For some reason, this I'm not getting the messages on Google. Here we go.
I guess technology doesn't want to work on Sunday either, so.
Dude, I'm telling you, I don't understand it because like usually if you have like a bunch of tabs open, I could see that happening, but I don't know. It just doesn't make sense. And I see other people having issues with this Google Voice too. So I don't know. Maybe we can I don't know. I don't know how to make it work. We'll have to figure something out. Okay, I see a new message. Thank you, Susan. I appreciate that. I'll definitely be contacting you in the future for sure. Yeah, we'll go through that in the future, Susan. Thank you. Put that up there again. Yeah, that was a great show. Dave can call in too. I appreciate him too. Oh, hold on one second.
Yeah, no, you're right. You're right, Randy. Yeah, you're right. It only takes one bad apple. It's all you need. Ruins the whole thing. Absolutely. You like bubble bass. That's good.
Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on. Okay. Yeah, go ahead and try and call me, and then we'll try and do it that way. Let me see here. Let me go back to something.
We waiting for someone to call?
Yeah, I was waiting for WSU Kim to call into the show, but for
Oh.
some reason I'm not getting the text message or the message. And I feel bad because of this technology crap, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, if you can Gmail, Twitter, Evil CJ, I can send you a link that way, or if you want to call in, I can do it that way. I just can't put it out there in chat. That's all. Happy Sunday. Thank you for hopping in. Thank you for the sub, Leslie. That's me. Appreciate it. If you want to send me anything, you can send it to me on these platforms. Thou shall not true crime at gmail.com as well if you want to send Rory a message.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much, Tommy. That worked out really good being able to have you up on panel.
Yeah, man. Thank you. Good stuff.
Yeah, appreciate that. Just have Kim call in. Yeah, just go ahead and call in, Kim. Just make sure when you do call in, answer as Kim, because I'm getting other calls and it's not you. So I want to make sure that I give you the platform for you to be able to talk. Text me from the cell. Yeah, I'm not getting the message. It's not showing. 812-250-8484. Just go ahead and call in. We'll do it that way. And then we can always do the panel thing on the next night if you'd like to hop in. I really appreciate you and the comfort that you have to be able to express your experiences and what you're going through and your theories and thoughts, because it takes a lot of courage to do that, Kim. I appreciate that.
Yep.
We're just all trying to help. That's all. That's why we're doing what we're doing. Sometimes the stuff that we talk about is uncomfortable. That's why you got parental advisory up there. You got speculation scrolling at the bottom. You got trigger warning scrolling at the bottom. You know what I mean? It's stuff that's tough to talk about.
Yeah.
What's up, Melissa? Thank you for hopping in.
Ooh. Do I think Kopaka is unalived or protected? That's 50-50 on that. I got to be honest. I'm not sure. Because he does have an association with all the police department, or at least two of them, because they all served in Afghanistan. And then Brett Payne was in the 82nd Airborne. Not in the same time, but they were in the same regiment. So they all hung out together. They all had a truck club, a big white truck club. So it's 50-50. I'm speculating here. So anything's possible. Anything's possible.
I don't know if he's necessarily alive. I definitely think it could be possible, but
yeah,
I don't know. I'm still not there yet. I'm
Yeah.
still not there.
It'd be quiet. It would be a lot to it, that's for sure. So I think the easiest thing to do would just go in, take him out, and that's it. So that'd probably be the easiest thing to
Right. I mean, I definitely could see it being possible.
That's a good point. There's an hour and a half missing from the SWAT team, and that dispatch call is shady as hell. Right, the one that sounds like it's pieced together. Yeah. Yes, George, I do have those. So I want you to email me, and I can email them to you.
Wow, Australia. Thank you. Appreciate it, Jazz.
Australia, very nice. Is it winter out there? Yeah, it's their winter now.
Let me see. Okay. Yeah, go ahead. If you can call me, Kim. The guy that bobbing the head and
This is the first time I heard from him. I haven't heard anything, so this will be very interesting. Love to
You
hear
know what I'm
yes.
saying, Eyes? That's a perfect comment right there.
How can anyone disrespect Cam such a community? Yeah, dude. I mean, come on, man. Exactly.
That's a perfect comment.
There's no need to be hateful towards people. What are you accomplishing when you're hateful to people? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Just furthering the divide.
Cold there, but not like the U.S., huh?
No, I'm probably not. Yeah. Doesn't snow, I assume. Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's winter there now, isn't it?
Yeah, it's their like southern hemisphere, so yeah.
I'm not sure. I'm not getting Oh, here we go.
Coming in.
Oh, okay. Let me see. Definitely can tomorrow. Okay, cool. She says she's getting ready to get on a plane.
Okay. No problem.
So here's this just in case you ever. Let me see here. Yeah, just go ahead and message me now that it actually works. Sorry we couldn't get connected, but yeah, I'll definitely be on tomorrow. So we'll go ahead and put the poll for Tuesday. Appreciate that. Yeah, we'll put the poll for Tuesday's show, and then we'll go ahead and continue this conversation. We'll continue this conversation tomorrow evening. Give me 1 second here. Yeah, we'll continue this conversation tomorrow evening with all that. Jack S. Never heard of him. Yeah, thank you, Kim. Appreciate it. Definitely. Yeah, so we're on tomorrow night, 6:30 p.m. Central, 7:30 Eastern. So, Kim, anytime from that point on, you're more than welcome. I'll go ahead and send you the information if you want to contact me outside, and then we'll go ahead and see what time you want to come on. But yeah, always, for sure, and anytime, even if it's whenever it is. If you see me on and you feel like talking, even if we're talking about something else, please hop on, because you're always appreciated over here, no matter what.
Absolutely.
For sure. Yeah, thank you. I appreciate it. Definitely so. We're all loving. Steve, it's the main reason why we're all going so hard in this case. We all love and respect him. Thanks for
Absolutely.
Let's keep
Yeah.
digging for answers. Yeah. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Well, that'll be interesting. I can't wait to talk to her tomorrow night. If Tommy's not busy, more than welcome to hop up again, Tommy. Let's see, we already hit 3 hours, so yeah, we'll go ahead. I'm gonna have to change the title, but that's not a problem. We'll just go into all this tomorrow night. We'll talk to Kim. Maybe we'll hear from Tommy again. If you're not busy, man, you're more than welcome to join if you'd
No,
like to.
I'd definitely love to be on tomorrow. So yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow for
Yeah,
sure.
man. Definitely join if you'd like to. And we'll go ahead and get into all the stuff that, all the stuff. The grub truck, the DUI. I got some stuff on JB, if you know who I'm talking about. And there's some other things too. So we'll go ahead and get into all that tomorrow night. I appreciate your calls. It was actually a great night with great calls.
Awesome calls.
Great information, great theories, thoughts, opinions, conversation, all of it really. So I appreciate everybody for just making everything cool, peaceful, positive, and we're on the same path of progress. So I appreciate y'all so much. I'll see you back tomorrow night. See you back tomorrow night, buddy. I'll see you guys 6:30 Central, 7:30 Eastern, and check for that poll for Tuesday's show because I'm going to leave it up to you. You guys get to decide what you want to talk about on Thursday. So we'll go ahead and I like to do those once in a while too. Thank you everybody for the new subs. Appreciate
you. Absolutely.
Yeah, thank you so much for checking out the show, checking out his show, checking out our shows. Definitely check out Unique Van Life.
Yes.
We were guests on her show last night. Amazing work. Always loved her channel too. Thank you, Truth and Transparency. I didn't know until tonight that you did all of that on your own. Frickin' bravo. I couldn't believe it. It blew my mind. It already blew my mind because I thought Home Team Productions was a group. And I've been saying this whole time they deserve to be in Hollywood, and then I find out tonight she's on her own. It's like, wow.
Yeah, she was
So
top-notch.
thank her too. Thank her too. I appreciate her so much. All right, man. Well, I think it was a really good evening, buddy. I
Yeah.
appreciate you.
I want to thank everyone for the support. You guys picked me up today. I appreciate it. So thank you.
For real.
Yeah.
For real. All right, we'll see y'all tomorrow night. Don't forget, 6:30 Central, 7:30 Eastern. A notification won't be put out until probably, you know what? I'll just go ahead and put it out now after the show's over. We'll just do it now.
Let's do it.
All right. Good night, everybody. Thank you so much. Hope you have a peaceful and positive evening, and we'll see you tomorrow night. Thank you, everybody.
All right, guys. Thank you.
System malfunction. Welcome to the Bluetooth.